right here this evening. Welcome to the show. I'm Alfonso and Salt of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv, right here from the New England Bureau. This evening hour is 8:07 Eastern Standard Time. Usually we are here to bring you news, information, and entertainment. That's exactly what we do, and that's what we will keep doing here. Let's have a conversation here this evening, as usual. And of course, we will have your say into this conversation. Quite fascinating. The process is on like a speed dial in the country. Let's still do the recognition. Mr. King is in the house. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on your location. Thank you so much for being here. If I'm audible, sometimes you said these things, it appears to be good from your end, but ultimately it is your satisfaction that is guaranteed. If I'm doing anything here and it's not getting to you, then the purpose of me being here is just meaningless. I can't talk it by myself. You have to be part of the company. So Abraham of Flumbout, that's our own national correspondent, is based in Mount Gibit. Good to be here. Emmanuel, this morning out in the West African state of the Republic of Liberia. If I'm audible to folks, just somebody give me a thumbs up, just show an indicator. I want to make sure that everything, the audio is perfect from my end, so that you will be part of the conversation. You will know or understand exactly what we're going to be talking here this evening. David Boy, there comes Mr. Boy himself. Good evening, welcome. So somebody just give me a thumbs up or some sort of indicator if the audio is fine. I just want to make sure everything is okay here from my end as well. Jacob, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on your locations. Good to be here. We want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. Do us a favor. The sound is good. Okay, there you go. Mount Gibby, Kak City, one of the battlegrounds, and he's our national correspondent base in Mount Gibby. There. Thank you so much, Jake, as well. Yes, we want to make sure we don't want to, give some sort of door sound here and that we can get everything. Hey, Fifi, long time. How are you? How you doing? Hope everything is going okay. We're still on this conversation, the talking points of Liberia. Very shortly, the analysts are going to be here, but I'm going to put the number out here as well. So you will also have your say in this process. It's not just only us. You are the rightful owner of the country as well. And so we must include you into this national conversation. The conversation is ongoing, and it is quite interesting, That's what somebody says. There's a reflection in the past of 2017, prior to the inauguration. There's a transitional thing, and there's a reason why these transitional teams are put into place. They are meant by both teams, the outgoing and the incoming. They have to collaborate, join team, basically to facilitate the smooth process of transfer of power. I mean, basically, that's the nucleus of this whole thing, transitional thing. You want the process to be smooth, where there will be deep breathing and all of that and all of the details. So finally, we now know the president established has appointed his transitional team, and they pay a courtesy call on the outgoing president. That's a very good move. Let's see here, courtesy of a front page newspaper outlet. This is a transitional team poster. See that President Dr. George Weah, and that is the president-elect. All of the guys, those are the folks that are going to be going to executive mansions or work within the proximity of the executive mansions or all of that. Some of them. We begin to get a sense how the Skellington team going to look like. So you see they're posted before the Oval Office in Liberia. So we can now say for sure the process is on course. Definitely, we can say that because seeing this meeting going on, it's the beauty of democracy. So they are very tense, painful situation, but you have to bear in mind just how you got there, somebody too, afterward to the required time by the constitutions of the Republic of Liberia, elections are held. And so if you win it, you retain power. If you can't get it, well, the opponent comes in. And so you have to facilitate that process in order for it to be a smooth one, because once upon a time, someone facilitated the process as well to get you to be where you are. So it is important. If you're a child and you think you're just going to stay there, government is a place of transit. You just go there, your term, be a representative, be a senator, 9 years, which of course that's one of the things that I personally, but that's my own view, I really don't agree with it. I see it as a process to disenfranchise other people. Why would somebody serve as a senator for 9 years? 9 years for what? So if I want wrong, what time is somebody winning now? What time? Think about it. What time? When will your time come after 9 years? These guys, no matter what happens, they would not resign. There will be no resignations. I don't care how they are entangled, embedded with corruptions or allegations or whatever it is. Unlike we see here in the West, when something happens, guess what? The media, the constituents, they will be behind them. The next day, you're going to see come with their wife, no matter how tough it is, the wife will stand by their side and say, we are sorry. I'm a disgrace to the family. I'm sorry for what I did. And they will leave. It can happen. It's not something that can easily happen in our country. Hopefully, these lawmakers, hopefully there will be some sort of a revision, to be it a referendum or something, to take a review of this constitution. People, 9 years? Come on. The point is, because at the end of the day, unless it becomes like a referendum, but to leave it with those guys to say, oh, they're going to do what, who, they will not do it, go up, count down. They will not, because they know what it means to be on Capitol Hill for 9 years. They know the benefits that comes with it, the luxury, the contacts, the privileges, and all of that comes with it. So they will not do it. Marley Jones, good evening to welcome. The link is out there. I'm not sure what's your location this evening, but as usual, the link is out there. So basically, that's it. So we now know that the process is ongoing. The president-elect is sort of a huge transitional team. Usually, there can be a sizable group of people, because they're going to look at all aspects. They're going to work. There's going to be a lot of note sharing moving forward to the date of the inaugurations in January. So a lot of talking going to be taking place behind the scenes. So the little Bapla are still screaming, still found themselves in the fantasy land, election do this, election not do this. Your boss, they are past over that. They are getting over with it. You got to deal with it. It is what it is. You have your day. So it is their day. I was talking to some folks today. They said, oh, the transitional thing, blah, blah, blah. Hey, it's all the party. Of course. Of course. That's what politics is all about. And this is why I don't get people to say, oh, who don't want to be in the France? Who don't want to be in the White House? Who don't want to be National Port Managing Director? Even if you are incompetent, they call you, there will be imagination, things going to kick through your head. Say, you know what, I can go there. When I go, I will learn a job. Why? Because it comes with a lot. And we all know that. So obviously, if you want to be part of a process, you can be behind the scenes, operate in shadow. If you do it on a cloud of darkness, ultimately it's time to butcher the elephant. When the elephant is butchered, you will leave behind. So I don't agree with those people who say, oh, look at the transition team, what they do there. You expect somebody who put their lives on the line, took a risk. Oh, I'm okay with bamboo draw? No. So that's why when people say, oh, this is why you want to do this. If I want to be in something, I will be in it, so that at the end of the day, if the ball drops, if I don't get some, then people will talk him and be here. Well, the analysts are here, so I want to be bringing them in. Let's have a conversation. Koto Jalabalayan is here from the Garden City of New Jersey. You know the kind of water that I play, all the hot pepper that can come from. I know whether they send some pepper water and pepper, some people add and mix the ballot, the ballot paper in our country before voting. That one, I don't know. Let me bring King Koto here, and we're going to have a conversation. So I guess you're ready. Just give me a thumbs up if you are in a good position. I'm sure. Okay, you got. All right. There you go. Koto, let's put this thing here. Let's put this here. We having a, we are in a new day. So you see the sky, everything is moving behind us. People who don't want to do it, let me just do quick adjustment. I'm going to be coming to you. I will be right there with you. So people still in, they still not get over A the way do A. Nothing you can do. Uh, Don't worry now, like on this Samuel kind of sports complex where if anything somebody got a fire in protest, you can't find no my commissioner. The my commissioner. Let's bring in Miles Octavia Jones is the independent. We are the two independent voices on this network. And then with Koto, the liberal, Sissy, my good friend from Connecticut, uh, my good friend from Connecticut, Kyoto. Oh, this call, that's not the call that we want to see. Okay, guys, good evening. Welcome. Thank you for being here this evening. To want to, as usual, thank you for your service. Let me get this here so that we see Malice, the independent guy here from the Ocean State of Rhode Island. My understanding he wants to be the next governor or mayor here. So he keeping this flare so close to him every time from the left hand side to the right hand side, right hand side to the other side. Okay, Koto, welcome. Koto, are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay. Good evening. Welcome.
Good evening to you, Mr. Sir, to Mr. Mali, and the people of Liberia and around the world. I want to say hi to all of you. I'm glad to be here today.
Okay. Yes. You
Thank
guys.
you.
I mean, one good thing if you work for something and then produce a result, man, you feel good. Then I don't care whatever time you put into it. It's like I was like a 10-second stuff. So my
You
man
know
kept
it.
up.
You know it for true. It's
Oh
like
yeah.
a heavy relief. That's
Yeah.
how it is. I don't know how other people feel, but it's like
Yeah.
some
Absolutely.
heavy load was on my head, and I just been relieved from that heavy load. That's how I feel.
Yeah. I know it. Malice Jones Octavia Malice Senior. Good evening. So welcome.
Good evening, Mr. Moderator.
Yeah. Are you
Good evening.
regretting why you were not in the forefront with Ambassador Joseph Newman Boyka? Perhaps you were being part of that phrase to be part of the transitional thing. People that are in that transitional thing, they're already in the picture, my man. So you see, I told you, go. Let me be in the bag, to be the only independent guy. You didn't listen to me. Here we are. Quarter then, sooner or later, their phone number will change. And we busy setting that out. But is there any regret why you would not jump in the forefront of this thing?
No, as of now, I have no regret because I'm a male principal. I normally don't follow the gravy train. I tend to do my own evaluation, so I still remain independent to see how
Oh my
best
God.
my only appreciation to the rescue in chief and his collaborator and supporter is that they did an excellent job to get His Excellency out of the way, because I one of those who strongly believe that the country was being taken in the wrong direction.
The country has been taking in the right direction. Okay, let's get Sissit. Hopefully, they will give you time to join us here this evening here. But let's see it. This process seems to be X is like a EMS mill now. The process is accelerating greatly. The next year now, we're going to see they're going to start dividing the jackpot area there. Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Commerce. So, if suppose Ambassador Boyka asked me to make recommendations, who do you think I can send from LPR, Mali?
Well, you will have two lists, short list, And the short list will first of all include Koto Jalabalaya, and that will also include Collins, Mr. So, and maybe the back list will include some of us depending on our
No,
own interests.
so suppose they ask for one person.
Or if they will be asking for one person, then you got to, because nowadays we got to prioritize the ladies in politics. I don't know how far
You're
the
right.
chief, I don't know
Oh,
how far the rescue in chief is going to focus on that. And we're just going to send our dear sister Koto Jalabalayan to do that representation.
if I'm the one making the authority to send a name, I'm gonna leave myself out.
Well, then then we can factor in the African
Yeah.
concept now. Then
Oh
we
yeah, that one. I'm gonna go to BI to the border. You know what I say? Mama, my children. I love my citizen. Okay, guys. Good to have you. Okay, Kato, let me just bring you. Let's get a conversation. Actually, it's an open mic, but we're going to be looking at the transition tab. Pretty well, the process has been expedited. In my own view, in my own term, is moving as we anticipate, or even more than what we anticipate. The transition team is in place. Let's hear you. You support Ambassador Baika. You make call. You were speaking all the dialect that you would never hear here, and all of that, and that really pays off. The transitional team is being
excuse me,
established. What?
moderator. The Koto subsidize the top public relation thing she was doing with the vernaculars
What?
thing.
Well, we made it public here. We say everybody, what we're doing, we're creating awareness. So don't come start trouble here. You should have spoken GC here. You refuse to do it because you say you are independent. So
Okay.
don't,
Yeah.
don't
You
can
say
take
you're
up
not
idea.
running campaign.
You are here, you
Uh-huh.
say you are independent. So that okay, guys, let's
I was.
start while before the other guys can join us. The transitional team is in process now. What is the conversations taking place now, Carter, in your own thinking?
Thank you, Mr. So, what have been done is that the president-elect has selected his member of the transitional team, and we see we have 20 persons with, I think, the number of 5 or 6 women, if I'm not mistaken. It should be 5 women, I think. And uh, only thing right now I might say that we don't have gender parity balance as we may term it, as I would look at it, but it's actually a right, let's say, a good team, because what I see here, I see representatives of almost every status. That is the collaborative parties. I see the representatives there. I see representatives from the disability group. I see representatives from like the finance setting, the banking setting. I We have the Kofi Woods from the legal background. But if you give me the chance, I can go through the names. But
Yeah,
I
well, we
just
just
want to.
yeah, we'll just profile the other folks that there. We're just going to have a general
Yes,
discussion,
okay.
and then mhm.
Yeah, I see people from the legal perspective. I see people from the administrative background, and I see that almost all of the setup, if I'm not be wrong, because we cannot take all of the setups, and include them one by one. But I think what he did was, one person could have a multi talent, and they will be incorporated in most of these setups. But for what I see, my only question would be that the majority of women are not there. We have less
Oh,
women, which we are
great.
advocating for gender equality. And I
Okay,
see people
okay.
normally say let's have 25%, but I'm one of those who advocating for 100%. I don't even want somebody saying they should at least consider women, because we should be given the opportunity, whatever level the males are, the women should also be at that level. Because even when it came to this campaign team, you will notice that more women were even at the front of the campaign
All right.
that they should be marginalized, and in every
Oh,
sector. I think that they should really
Cato,
consider
the
women.
link is out there to you already, so you know. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Let's spin the ball around. Sister Boyat, good evening. Welcome.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, my brother Mali and my sister Koto? How you doing?
Oh, good.
How are you,
We
sir?
want to be like you.
That's it.
Okay, Jones.
Yeah.
Transition. Give us a run through here. What it means to have a transitional team already in place. I seeing this sort of a fascinating picture there to see people all there standing before the overall office there. What is your understanding of a transitional team? What does it suggest?
Well, one thing I know, transitional thing is almost is part and parcel of the normal political ritual. Whenever one sitting government in waiting wins the elections, there's always the constitution of a transitional team. I try to term it as like a shadow kitchen cabinet, in a sense, try to structure, try to lay a blueprint of what to come, you know. And so I've had a lot of text today. A lot of people had some reservation with some other personality. But as an independent, I think there's a need to give the rescue in chief and his team a chance. These are wise people. He brought them together, trusting in them to do the right thing. So some of the personality might not be the type of personality we expect. But I think from his wisdom, these are people who he considered dependable, who he considered with wise mind and will be able to do the right thing, you see. So with that, I will want to hold back my criticism, because my criticism for the next government will be based on what it's supposed to do, what it hasn't done, what it proposed to do, rather than try to critique the type of personality that comes in, because people have not taken seat yet. So it become unwise to even criticize anybody Joseph Walker has speak right now, because there will be some people, they will be controversial. There will be some people who work in past government and they in this government. Let someone text me today and say, "Oh, I know Helen Johnson said he will soon start begging Joseph Barker to keep Salif at the internal ministry." I said, "Well, it is Joseph Barker prerogative. If you want to keep him there, that's fine. That it is his government. It's not my government." So the only thing I got to say to wish them success, to do the right thing and be very rational.
Okay, you. You
I
you.
yield. Yes, I yield.
Hey, very good. Okay, Cecil, let's enter the political cyberspace. This process seems to be to reality accelerating, moving on the fast pace. Seeing these images and all of that. Uh, Transitions. Let me just get your own opinion, your view. Uh, should anybody freak out over transitional teams? What do you make of this team? I don't understand. I don't get it yet. Is it going to tell her exactly how the government going to look like or what?
Absolutely not. And that's the thing. I'm just in there laughing about why we're even making an issue out of this, or why are people thinking this is a critical thing. This is not a government. If you pay attention to the even most recent history here in America, Trump's transitional team, the guy who had it did not even work in the government. So a transitional team is just a group of people that, mind you, there's only one government in office. These people that have been named there, they're not making any decisions. There's no one government in power. So all you're doing is you're just creating a way so that there is a seamless handover. So you're asking questions about, turnover notice and notes and stuff, and how the inauguration is going to play out. Who are the dignitaries coming? A lot of these things is just it's just about people sitting down and saying, okay, you're about to leave. Let's ask you some questions. But it's not like these people are going to be making any decision whatsoever. Now, it is critical that they brought people on that have various expertise, because you can be talking to somebody about turning over an office and you don't know what critical questions to ask. So to that point, I think that makes sense that you're bringing people in that have some critical expertise, because I'm looking here and I'm seeing the likes of John Malu, for example, right? He brings a critical expertise that is needed for a transition team, right? And you're looking at say the likes of, for example, Samuel Kofi Wu, or even Dr. Yuri Yakpawolo. And so you're bringing people who have some expertise. Yuri Yakpawolo comes from the educational background, right? As an educator, as a professor. And so you have those people that can ask those critical questions and understand how to understand the data and the document that is going to be turned over to them. But this is by no means a government. None of these people are making any decisions. So I think we are losing hair over something, for me, that I don't think we should be losing hair over. Now, the next piece is, I know my sister said we should have gender equity and everything. You got 25% right now. I think that's a huge mark. There's 25% of the people on this list are women. Yes, we should try to have as much inclusivity, 5 out of 20. That one out of 4. Don't shake your head. I get it, math. And we cannot have, and we can't have 100% because our math don't work out. You can't have 100% because then that means everybody will be women. Otherwise, then you don't have gender balance. So I agree that there are more work to be done. But the transition team, for me, I'm not going to critique it. I'm not going to be critical. I'm going to be critical of the people that gets nominated to serve in the government. If when we get to the governance structure, now we still have 25% women, then I have a problem. Then I have a serious problem. But on the transition team, I think we're making much ado about nothing.
Before I bring in the liberal,
I will let you push back on Sissy.
Yeah, hold on. Hold on 1 second. We'll do the spin. Let's do the spinning around in the room, and then just take note. I'm gonna come back to you guys here.
Right, we're taking note, and we're gonna come right back to that.
But quickly here, before I go to the liberal, the transition. Is there any sort of a limitation in terms of what they want to know, what is being processing? Because eventually they are there intercede for the administration, gatherings of information, basically, and every other thing, whatever their full disclosure can be made. If not, what do they do?
Is that a question for me?
Yeah.
But all of those things will be in the term of reference. And that's the reason I say to discuss this without even understanding some of those things, it's almost like we're just shooting in the dark. Because what is the term of reference? Like I said, none of these people are going to make any decision. None of them can make decision. There's no one government in power, and that's George Weah's government. So none of these people can make any decision whatsoever. Right?
Okay.
So, and that's the point I'm making.
The most liberal on this network. After the liberal, then I'm going to come back to you guys to see what sort of point you want to insert, and then later on we're going to move forward. The liberal, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. So. I'm not too sure if I'm audible enough.
You're audible. You you more like a Sherman Brown this evening. 10 p.m. Brown. You know Sherman Brown, who used to be on Lpr-Tv?
I'm the real journalist on this whole platform here.
So who the first one? I say Sherman Brown, and he says, okay. So let me just bring you, because you already we ready to start your drama already. I'm not going to go there this evening. So let's look at the process. So far, so good. Everything seems to be in smooth. Your guy, Dr. Buckeye. See the guy is in his suit. You see Jeremiah, Senator Jeremiah Cohn, now Vice President elect. Joade Kimia is on the other side. And I think that no, let me not go there before I sound ridiculous like the liberal here this evening here. Kato, I'm not sure. I send you check your spam. I send that link unless you change your email.
We don't want them discussing. Don't bring Qatar and what's his name, Aaron Brooklyn on any discussion having to do with Liberia and Unity Party. They are out of the picture completely. So let's discuss us.
Keta, please send me that text it. Let me see again, but I've sent it multiple times. I'm not sure, but check your spam. That's what happened when you run away for some time. Then everything water can carry it. But Lebrot, the ambassador announced his transition team. They start rolling the ball. When next after this transition thing? And that's something I'm going to spin all around. Is appointment usually takes place or after the inauguration? So what we're going to be seeing. But what you make of the transitional team so far starting this process?
Thank you, Mr. So. Before I address here, what make you think Mali that people listen to you to appoint people to go who you want to? What make Mali suggesting who going to go on transition? You think we're looking at yourself? We don't see you. We don't see you. What make it come and sit down LPI? But I didn't want to go to appoint people on Lima. You think we want you? Even if you bring yourself, we'll say no. We don't want you. You sit down. You're Mali. You sit down LPI. No, but on a very serious note, Mr. So. Thank you very much for having me. When I look at this process, as I stated yesterday on my own platform, on my own show, that is, Ambassador Bakar will continue to display his experience in terms of governance. And so as time goes by, many of the critics, not so much of his hate, because for me, they are different type of credit. Those who criticize because of hate and those who criticize because of policy. So for me, those who were criticizing because they think Ambassador Barker does not have a good policy to govern Liberia, I think they will come on board very quickly. But when I look at the picture, I felt bad in that Henry Costa is not on that picture. I'm being very serious. Henry Costa, with all of the people that campaign and what have you, I feel bad for the fact that I don't think he has people that he was counting on to advise him.
And I assume
If he had a good advisor, he wouldn't have done what he did. But look at this team here. The like of Lobo on that picture. Henry Costa is not there. For me, I feel bad. I feel real bad for him. Because even as ridiculous and unforgiving behavior he has in him in the late round, I think Ambassador Bakar, the fact that he's a father, not just for the nation, but he has his own kids. And those of us that have children, we know what they do. Some of us got children that don't even want to talk to us anymore. They move. You call them my phone black, they change their number. So if you have kids, you know what kids are capable of doing. Even though for me, Costa went overboard, but I think this young man needs to be brought back into the fold. Even though most people would not trust him, but he did a hell of a job. He did fantastic job. He just not talking about the policy of Ambassador Bakar, but he carried the name of Ambassador Bakar. I mean, he truly exposed Ambassador Bakar to many Liberians that perhaps might not have the opportunity to know truly who Ambassador.
Oh. What happened to Recate?
I don't know what's wrong with his. I think his sister, because some of the things he talking now said they were signing Tabata Sota that were. I don't know. I think the device was okay. Will that wait why he's coming back here? Koto, you wanted to respond. I know you wanted to say something.
Yeah. I was saying, like I was just saying, if where I say 100%, actually I mean 50%, and even more than that, we can even go more than that. But I didn't mean 100% women will take complete control. But I'm saying that we are capable of even being at that level. But when it comes to leadership level, we need that parity or that equality, 50-50, because he was saying just 25%. And when you look at the population, we are more than, according to the statistics, women are more than men. And I think we should not limit ourselves. That's what I was speaking on. Okay. And, we talk about leadership. And this is where, for me, I thought uh, Ambassador Barker, in his wisdom and sense of mind, I think this is where he made. This is the first thing. I cannot grade him, fully, but from the start, I think uh, he did well on the selection, because I see people right now, like what I've been saying, that they think that this is the government setting. It came to some point, even when they started naming the campaign team, I saw people dropping up because they started saying they were not inclusive, or they were not, that they were not called to be part of this, the campaign team. And again, they're talking about interim leadership. People would not know what the work of the group is. It's like you are leaving for the administrative aspect of it. You want, if for instance, you go to the Ministry of Finance, you want to know what they started with, what have they gotten, what the credit level is, what cash they have, or what expensive, what project they have on hand that with. Those are the questions, that they will be asking. For central bank, what the money they have, what internationally, what is in the reserve. Those are things that they will be asking. And as a government coming in, you want to know what you're starting with. You don't just come in like haircut chicken, and don't know where to start from. I think that's what the interim thing is about. So this is not something for people to start concluding that, oh, he's making his appointment and I'm not included. And in fact, not everyone will be included in this thing. So I just want to prepare people, that some of us who have gone into this process, to start thinking that, yes, Koto start saying, oh, since I ran campaign in Pfizer, I should be offered a job. No. For me, I did it before with Ellen, and I can do it for Barker. I don't want a job. I was doing it. When Liberia is better, I'll be able to go there. If I want to do my business, I do my business. Or if I'm called to serve my country for where I'm qualified for, I will, contribute my quota to the country. But this is not, I just trying to prepare our mind for those who think they were going there for a job, so that they won't be disappointed. Because not everyone will be accommodated in the government settings. That's why if they improve the system of Liberia, the private sectors will be there. Or for some of us who are business minded, we can go there and do our businesses, and prosper in our businesses. I think that's why I just want us to be prepared, because I know people now saying, oh, they're not calling our name, or if they don't call them into the government, they be disappointed.
That mean you didn't campaign enough.
Yes,
you
of
that
course
everybody
I
will enter the
campaign,
kingdom.
but that doesn't mean I should be part of the government now. If I'm not
Okay.
accepted now, it doesn't. That's not what I did it for. I did it for Liberia.
Okay,
That's
let's
what I mean.
welcome legendary Amos George and Terry. The Libra is back. What a full house. So we're just going to keep the conversation in as much we want to air it out, so that we're going to get the ball spinning. The Libra, what? The Russian enter your system?
The carte ten again is una.
Okay, Male, you say you wanted to make a point here when Sissy was speaking.
Yes, I just
before I bring in Amos George.
Yeah, I just wanted to elevate.
I mean, yeah, from what? Is it from Brewerville? No, Brewerville. Mr. Sherry, hold on, Sherry. Good evening. Welcome, my friend, brother. Jerry So is here watching. Okay, let's go ahead quickly.
Yeah, I just wanted to elevate this transitional thing to our next level. I strongly believe the transitional thing is a macrocosm of the future government to come. That's my belief. In Africa, when you are selected as a transitional team, there are 95% possibility you constitute part of the
You're not
future.
percent again. You're not
I come in now. I said, yeah, that's what I believe. I'm telling you. Give me a chance now. I strongly believe in Africa, a transitional thing that is put together by a government in waiting. It's a macrocosm of the future government to come. That
Okay.
one. Two, the sample I saw there, half of those people will constitute the future government. I strongly believe that because Joseph Boakai took so many things into consideration to put those people forward. And when it comes to the issue of the gender issue, I just want to inform my sister panelist, Koto Jala, that we have a male-dominated leadership in Africa. And maybe I can speak for Liberia, where to get 50% or 100% women participating in a more functional leadership, like minister, deputy, to get about 50% or 25%. I stand to be corrected. I have not seen that yet. So we have a male-dominated leadership structure in Liberia.
Okay, let's welcome Amos Joyce and Terry. Amos,
please. Because, can I make one correction? Because the last time Male Jones threw a Tabata, he ran away. He went. I didn't push back, and I think he take that as a license.
Oh no, no! I heard that thing, but it just I couldn't come out. We're
wait, now see you here. You try, but
I need to make a correction on this one. Look, I cannot even have an input on a belief. Right? If you say you believe, then we can't even discuss that because that's a belief. But we are not discussing beliefs here, right? And I thought you're going to push back on me with the actual data because I don't care what somebody believes. What I'm looking at is the reality. A transitional team is a transitional team. It is not a government.
No.
Right?
No.
Is a transitional team a government?
Did you listen to my English? I said it's a macrocosm.
I don't care what macrocosm. If you tell
me, just listening.
No, I heard you.
No, you didn't hear me. Okay. If you hear me, you're not talking about data.
When you're talking about
let me make his observations. I want to move to Terry and Papa Joy.
Whether it's micro or macro, the point I'm trying to make here is that when you sit here and say that about 50% it will happen.
Yes, about 95%.
Give me a chance now. Give me a chance.
Guys, let's people are listening. Let's do it.
You threw a percentage out there. We don't even want to argue about that because you can't attach percentage to a belief. That's a whole different thing. But that's that. I can't teach math today. The point I'm trying to make here is that you quoted 2 percentages. The other one I'm not dealing with. What you said is 95%, whatever percent. That's your belief. The part you said about half of those people will end up in government.
Yes.
That is like, give me a chance, man. That is like cutting sand. And we got a consent because anybody go to the go consent, 50%.
I'm telling you the truth.
Give me the chance.
Hello, folks. I think we got to be. We're going to.
You're talking and stuff. I will quiet here. You all your macrocosm and microcosm. I say nothing. I will quiet you. Just give me the chance.
So let him make points. I want to go to Terry and Pa George.
So, go ahead. You tell me half of the people will end up on the team. Which half? We're not cutting sand yet. But the point I'm trying to make here is that in civilized democracy, which is what Liberia pattern yourself after, the transitional team is not a government. And I was going to make key points here to you. When in fact, in some countries like America, the transitional team is a 501c4 non-profit. It's a tax-free non-profit.
I'm not talking about America. I'm talking
Malice. Let us not do that.
Let's do one. It's not in the mood to be educated today because you want to throw all fake data out here.
It's not education. I'm telling you what I believe. I'm not talking about America, I'm talking about Liberia.
Hello.
No, I disagree with you.
Okay, Male, Jones.
So do you understand?
We can't operate like that, guys.
You can't disagree. So do you understand, Male? What I said was that Liberia pattern itself after developed countries. And I said, like America. And that's not when you to America.
It's not even true.
Liberia does not pattern itself after America.
Well, that's a different debate that we can go inside.
Hold on one
When you
second.
say
Hold
that,
on,
it's a
hold on,
different
hold
debate
on.
again.
I said,
Come in
is
one
that
second.
true?
Sissy, I come in one second.
Man,
Mr.
yeah,
Jones.
you move forward.
Hello,
Yeah,
hello,
move forward.
guys.
Mm.
I don't right now. They didn't call me on the transition. I'm not sure whether they're going to call me in the government or do anything. So I get my own temper rising already. You don't make it go over the sea level, please. Guys, let's have it in the orderly manner. I think somebody is coming on here. We'll see. We're going to get his own version here. But Terry and Amos George here. Let me go to Amos George in Atlanta, Georgia. Amos George, good evening. Welcome.
Good evening and belated Thanksgiving to every one of you.
Especially
You
Mr.
called
Cole.
yesterday. You can't. That be, if you're eating your turkey now, you can't talk. You'll be later. Please don't go there with me.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Yeah. There's a ceasefire. Wow. First time Amos George ceasefire. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, Pa George. Let's have a conversation here. This transition here. People, the conversation is all over. Transitions, they are just managed group of managers or team that are met to allow the process. They're not doing anything. We all know that. They are there to work with the outgoing government to exchange notes, have those conversations where it is at the behest of the president. If you're on the transition and he still sees you to be an asset to his government, he will appoint you. But beyond the transition is not a prerequisite of you really coming in back to government. But most likely, the president finds interest. There's some sort of confidence in you. You know what? They can go there. But what do you make of the process so far, the meetings and all of that? Ambassador Boyka is trying to jumpstart this whole thing.
Yeah, the meeting is not good footing. And let me say to people, I don't know why people worry or think so much. This transition the President Boga has put together, some may be appointed or cabinet in the government, some may not be. So why people are so, getting jittery about this transitional thing? I don't know, even if the man announced his cabinet, hey, this is politics. Election has consequences. Those that were in the trenches, those that fought, and if you see this, he bring them on board. So I don't know why people worry about this or question this transitional thing.
Is that Keto? You gotta hold on.
Honorable Baga did not say there's the cabinet, but even if, let me be ridiculous, if he has said that's his cabinet, we gotta look to see what they want to do. That's all. But the transition, so I see nothing wrong with it. That's Honorable Baga. The Liberian has elected him, and he is there to cut the shot. So if we put a transitional thing together, the partisan or unity party, or maybe I don't know who are they, let it give the honorable time, room, let his transition something work. Suppose to put in the transition at the end of the day, you don't put in the cabinet, what happened? Or they make it director, what will happen now? So this idea about this thing, no. Let it give the man time, that his team, he put it together to represent him. He will be there steering the ship. Because I know every note they take, they will go to him, show him, and he will say, okay, this and that. That's it. After that, when the man is not ready, he will formulate his cabinet. Then we can say, oh, maybe we want to say something, we can say something about somebody, but right now, you see the need we're talking. About he who is not included or who is not in, that doesn't matter to me.
Who is not in here?
It doesn't matter to me right now.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Tomorrow when we come here, it shouldn't be an issue. I would take issue with you. Terry, is there something? Is there anything we're missing here with the compositions of the transitional team, or we just another tabata we're on here?
Well, I don't think it's a tabata because everybody making projections. I don't think we should be hard on each other on the basis of our projection and analysis of what the transitional team.
But what is the projection we're making?
About.
Be specific. What is the projection we're making?
No, Mr. Mali is saying that he.
That was a be specific because I didn't make no projection. So if don't pour on up on the part, be very precise.
Please don't be angry like Jason.
Everybody,
Angry people do not make
wait,
any
now, wait,
analysis.
y'all hold on 1 second.
He getting
Who here,
Yeah.
who call Ambassador Boyka is not answering? So I'll call some people, they will answer your
That's the
phone.
whole thing. Now, you know that
Yeah.
party, but by the time terrorism, oh, you're angry. But you make a sweeping statement, and which I vote for me, says you want to cover, you want to. I will talk because I didn't get in a pump on the part. So don't put me there.
Okay. If you want to make yourself specifically, like I'm speaking to you specifically, I'm not speaking to you specifically.
Okay.
There was a conversation held there was an argument back and forth between Mr. Mali and my senior brother Sissy. And I'm saying we shouldn't be that hard on Mr. Mali because Mr. Mali is making an analytical projection. I don't think that is something analytical. I don't think that is something, because even myself, I want to think from my own view that the transitional team could reflect members of Joseph Boyka
That is your belief.
cabinet.
There's no evidence of that. That's your belief.
We're not basing on evidence here. We're not talking from evidence here. We're speaking based upon analyzing past regime in Liberia and present regime, all right, and future. That's what we're trying to project. So we are not basing our analysis on
what was CDC transitional thing in 2017?
George.
Yeah, that is why we can make a research. That is why we are in a sophisticated world now. We can tap into that information to discover what was CDC, what was CDC. And looking at Pajor, already key for me to know.
Oh, but you're not going to do and get away with it.
What was CDC? Okay, man, small point that Tabata is okay, but let me get the opportunity to make it. All right, that is the beauty of democracy and intellectualism. Is that not so? So, in my opinion, with the likes of Amara Kone, the likes of Apeton, the likes of the VSB for what his name or Tewon Gonglo, Yabawuro, the likes of Lucini Kamara. These are all people who lately endorsed Ambassador Boyka. And myself, I made the same projection or guess. I made the same guesses previously that I foresee that the transitional team could reflect the cabinet members of Ambassador Boyka. And I stand by that. And to my surprise, I'm seeing the likes of Amara Kone coming in. And it's obvious that I would not be surprised if Ambassador Boyka decide to call Amara Kone to the finance ministry. I would not be surprised. I think Libra said that, and I was arguing with him, but it's becoming clearer to us that this thing is going this way. We're seeing Mandela Cooper. There's a consistent pattern we're seeing with the ambassador that we can from that kind of format, we can project what we expect. It does not mean that it is accurate 100%, but we're just trying to project what we expect or what we foresee that will happen.
All right, we're in a full house, so again, let's keep it to the point. Wait, Niketo, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm not sure why you're not getting the link, but go ahead.
Me too. I'm not sure why I'm not getting it because I check all in my spin and junk and everything. I find it. But anyway,
I got to send. I will still send it again, but I've tried that. Unless you get a different email, then you have to forward that.
The email's still the same. So anyway, for my little 2 cents, I think the transitional team by Joseph Boyka is just a transitional team. We have not gotten a full cabinet listing yet, so we cannot conclude. But I think he put a good transitional team together, and I will give it up to him. I think the transitional team is made up of people who are competent enough to make sure that they do all the checks and balances of the whole administration and what they are coming into, and to make sure to brief the incoming president of what to expect in the different ministries and agencies and all the other good things that are happening. I think also we should also give Mr. Weah, President Weah, kudos because he's not even delaying this thing. He's kicking the ball rolling, got his team, And Joseph Boakai, I think he's the co-chairman on this transitional team. And we'll see that President, we have talked about peace and the interest of Liberia. So working along with the incoming president and the team together, that we see, everything is just moving in a way that I think President, we want our country to move in. And it's something that as Liberians, whether you're from the opposition or from the ruling establishment, we should take serious. We should be very serious. Unfortunately, today it was one of those days that I was listening to this Chris Johnson man putting all nonsense out there.
Okay, we're going to come to that. Let's do it step by step so that we can
don't let preachers
because everything is going fine.
CDC, man, I don't let preachers
But anyway, the transitional team is doing fine. And I don't want people to jump the gun about President Mr. Boakai, President-elect. I mean, it's not showing his cabinet. He will come out. We'll still got more time for that. We're on transitional right now, President. We are still the president of Liberia until January. So until that time, let's just wait to see what President-elect Boakai will come out, who all he's going to bring his cabinet. And one of the things I heard Terry saying that maybe Amara Connor could be called as the first minister. Amara Connor is an elected government official. He can't be appointed again. He's an elected senator. I think either representative or senator.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Okay.
That is own decision.
I don't know whether he can forgo that position, being an elected position, forgo an elected senatorial position to go be a minister. I don't know how is that going to happen. So that is true that maybe he didn't know that he was elected. But Amara Connor is an elected official.
Well, for sure, we don't know that. Okay, thank you so much. For sure, we don't know that, but
there's nothing in the Constitution banning him.
That is one personal decision. When the president decides to call him and say, hey, I want you to do this here.
It happened in America before, right?
What Terry and I did mention that here, he has not even become. He's more visible. His tweet, his stuff now is moving in that direction, but we're not going to, it's too soon to make that judgment yet. But quickly here, before we conclude this transitional process thing here, you want to say something, Cesar?
I was just trying to point out real quick that it is normal to have legislators on a transitional team. Every transitional team, everywhere in developed countries, have elected officials serving on them. I just want to point that out.
Right. And Amara Connor, I see no one really perfect considering his role and the sort of game-changing thing he brought to Unity Party here is no different. But quickly, guys, let's make it brief as possible. We can.
I just wanted to inject some, Mr. Stowe. It's not only Amara Connor alone that is serving an electoral position. There is Vapla also. Vapla is senator-elect also for Grand Cape Mount.
Vapla. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
So we have two senators. Yeah, two senators elect there.
So okay, let's look at here. We're still in the transition. We're going to wrap that here. The action by the decision by the incoming presidents, is that a good indicator to solidify his alliance? Those people that supported him, breaking them in politically, was that a good decision? So let me start with the Liberal. He said why his son Henry Costa is not there. I don't know why he never advised his son to the finishing line and allow his son to go his way, and he want to come here to sound.
Who you call Henry Costa?
Please let him myself get into it, because my son is
Mr. Josh, it's a Friday afternoon. We want to have a beautiful show.
So the Liberal.
Yes.
Quickly here, and I don't want us to go more than a minute. We're plenty here tonight. Do you think,
Liberal, you got to put time on
it? Everybody, I am in charge. Remember, I am in charge. Okay. What I'm asking here, the decision by the incoming president. You see people that I see person like Mandela Cooper, Appeton, Kra, all of those people here. It says something to reaffirm to his alliance. I am grateful to get me to be what we have, and there could be indicators we got to hold this thing together. Is that something? Is that some sort of political commitment he's making, or is just he a politician anyway?
Mr. So, I told you earlier before I brought in Mr. Costa involvement, I told you earlier that this president, incoming president, it's pretty much like a genius to me. What he has done, the arbiter, the other political parties that endorse him, he's bringing them on so they can see what's happening in Liberia, how the political and the economic situation in Liberia, so they can see it colo. Then when they leave and go to say, I want somebody to appoint somebody, they will have to make sure they will bring somebody who is qualified to do the kinds of work that they themselves have seen being on the transitional team. Other than that, this is a very interesting thing. They go over and say, that kind of thing, he look behind, he find anybody. So anybody that were on his team, he said, what, mama, he said, you ever, I can't say that you will be embarrassed. This president is very smart. I'm making fun of it, but this is a very smart situation so that all of these people that supported him will see for themselves what the challenges that Liberia will be facing on his administration. So you can't bring no book of dancer from one side and think say you're gonna come there after you finish seeing the situation. No. So this is a genius position. I said yesterday, all the way until this man turn is over, I will be happy every day. Because every time he opens his mouth, you know that this man is speaking from experience. Every time he opens his mouth, you know that he's speaking about Liberia. No hatred whatsoever.
Okay.
From time to time, he throw jab here and there, but that's okay. He wants to tell us, don't push me around, which I respect. But Mr. So, looking at the team and the way he already have it together, I think it's a wonderful thing to have.
That's a wonderful thing. That's what I anticipated anyway. So it's not a new development. That's what you're going to see. Let me go to Koto Jalat. Koto, quickly here, I want to transition to what Keto brought in, and there are other things we can also talk about. His decision strictly to reassure his base, to keep it in tight. If you do, I told you, I'm a guy of my word. You give me your support, we're going to get it done. What is that a good move on the part of him?
You still asking me?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. So.
You need photo now? Go ahead. Why did Papa he like too much of flour?
As you listen to the incoming president, he said it that Liberia government, under his watch, is going to be a government of inclusion. And I think this is just an example that we're seeing. And you start seeing some of the qualified sedition being part of this government. We were not like Eugene Nagbe, who was saying only seditions will be in their government. This government will be a government of inclusion. The only problem I think will be there with those who are not qualified and anticipating to serve in this government. That will be the only problem they will have. If they are not qualified for a position, I can assure you that you're not going to serve in the position that you're not qualified for. But if you are qualified and he get expertise for the position that is available, I think he said it. He said he's going to open up. And when even these people came in to get the inclusion of the Unity Party, that was all said that they're going to be part of the government when he wins. And this is just an example. And I'm sure that this is just a little part. If everybody will try to be inclusive, but like I said earlier, that it's not everybody that's going to be included in the government, because government job is not for everybody. You can't include everyone that took part in it. So I hope they're not going to be disappointed on that level. Let them be ready for it now. Some will be absorbed, and not all of them will be absorbed.
All right, that's the same way. Now every hand that say hallelujah will enter the kingdom.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. The house keep adding on. Getting message here. Gibson Giroux is here. The guy who transformed from the Brown from Councilor Tiawan Gonglo and still pushing the line of George Weah, who is on his way out. I'm not sure whether it's a preparation for 2019. That's a long way, man. You always be yelling for a long time here. I know you're gonna. Gibson, good evening, welcome. I want to be coming
Thank
to
you.
you. Yeah, let's come to an independent mind. Marley Jones, the actions of the incoming president, political to keep his base, to say, hey, I told you, do business with me and you will be safe. Correct? Mandela Cooper, Appiton, and all the other folks. That's a clear indicator, correct?
I think you are 100% correct. As you will know, and I will know, most of the political party in Liberia, they are suffering from serious financial crisis. And as a result, most of them are poor. So when people join these alliances or come to get an endorsement to a group, I think they do it from two perspectives. First, they give you their support to make sure the incumbent is removed from power. And the phase two is power sharing. And that power sharing bring job slots. There is no way Joseph Barker will give some people slot, some people are endorsing in this thing, and they turn it down. I hope to rather see it. Because one of the fundamental objectives here, politics is interest. So I support you. It's almost like quick pro quo. I gave you this, you gave me this. So the focus point here is that most of these people they will be given a slot. It will constitute, like what Koto said, the inclusion thing. But most of it is about job. So the endorsement is not just for nothing to say, oh, we're just endorsing Joseph Barker to remove the CDC. No, it's beyond that. And so my brother Sese told us the last time when we were on this platform that the LPP party did not endorse Joseph Barker because of job. Granted. If I see another LPP person being granted a slot, I will take that person on.
You gotta mute your phone though.
Because they did not endorse Joseph Barker because of job. Then they will have to tell us now why they did what they did to endorse Joseph Barker and for what reason. Then there will be a very good picture in Liberia that I must congratulate.
I think you came out here. You came out here to take a fight with the Minnesota politicians who say they are illegal. Sese, I will be compelled to bring you in. Gibson, he's the opposition voice on this network now. Ruling, you see how life can change from the ruling establishment to opposition. Anyway, that was their initial route before getting to the place. So we got to deal with it.
Yeah, before Jeru come in, can I just make one clarification about something our current law in? I did not say the traditional thing is the government. Okay. I did not say that. I said it is a macrocosm.
But what does a macrocosm resemble?
Give me a chance now. We are not in school here.
No, you can't just try it. No.
Hold on, guys. We can't prolong this thing here. The man wants trouble.
If you want definition, call me behind closed door.
No.
We are talking with experience here. What I'm saying, I did not say no, Pajo, you gotta cease fire, please. I did not say the traditional thing is the government. I simply said it's a sample of a government to come, and most of the people I see here in this thing will constitute the Joseph Barker government tomorrow. I did not say this is the government. I just want to be clear on that because I know some people want to tie my neck to that code part. George has started it already, but you need to cease fire on that.
Okay, I will be your witness. If anybody follow quickly and Gibson, just hold your peace. I'm going to be coming to you. As Sese, here we are. This guy, Ambassador White Guy, he keeping his political promise I say everybody going to be inclusive. I'm not sure whether ANC is there, even whether CDC will come there. We don't know. Maybe they will be in the appointment that we don't show yet. But is he making a good start, considering the support he received from those guys, from these political parties, standing with him, campaigning, and making those sort of speeches? He will make room. It's not, and we saw his last speech. No blue, no green. It's not going to be the president for Unity Party. The transition is the reflections of what we're going to see in times to come when he began to govern.
Yeah, well, yeah. First thing, hey, gives him, man. I guess this is where the two road diverge, right? Because him and I were on the Gonglo media team, so now we're going different. We're going different sides now. We were first the arrowhead. Now we're splitting up. So this is going to be fun on this platform, Gibson. Because you and I have about the same strategy. So now
absolutely.
This is about to be fun, but on a serious note, welcome, my brother. It's nice to see you, by the way. Let me make a correction to my brother Mali. When I spoke that day, and I think it was the day before yesterday, so the tip is stay out there. Our audience can go back and watch it. I pushed back and I said that the LPP did not go into an arrangement to support Joseph Boakai Unity Party on a promise of power sharing. And I said, if there are qualified people in the LPP and they are offered jobs in Liberia, that is their right. But it is there. The tip is there. The tip is there. No. Because when I speak on this platform, every time I speak, knowing exactly what I'm saying, I did say that. I said that the LPP, and I stand by that, did not go into an arrangement for power sharing. And I even went further and said, Councillor Gonglo has worked out of government for a long time as a private business owner, and Dr. Emmanuel Yakpaulu has worked out of government. I made those statements. So sometimes it's good to listen in totality, because for some of us that have been in this game of politics for a long time, we know how to lay the foundations and we know how to build on it. Having said that, because I had to jog your memory, because you're still running with the government here, I get a transitional team. Having said that, however, look, for me, it's really difficult for me to look at this transitional team and start to look at it in the frame of the government. Because I would like to see the government. When I see the government, and I'm meaning all of the cabinet positions, then I start to look at which parties they belong to. Then I can deduce from there that, oh, yeah, this was indeed a power sharing. This is a way to show these people. For now, because of what I know about transitional government, I'm a transitional team. And the sad thing is I'm seeing that I think the executive order number 123 that established the JPTT was withdrawn because there was some revision needed to be made. I really wanted to see that, because the Ellen executive order number 91 that established that joint commission is still up there. It tells you the purpose, it tells you the scope, and it tells you what is expected to be done. Because if we have that, this conversation is easy. But for me, no. To answer your question, no. I don't see that as Ambassador Boakai telling people, oh, this, your pay to play is showing up. You supported me, bringing you early at the table. Other people got a right to believe what they want to believe. For me, based on what I know about transitional teams, and I know how transitional teams are supposed to operate, I will not be gleaning anything from there right now. I'm waiting for the government when they announce their cabinet appointments. Then I will have a critical eye on looking at the people in there and where they come from.
But you're still kind of addressing my question. My question is, the initial style, is he keeping his promise and being with those guys that support him by putting, was that a good thing to do? To get them
I answered to you, I said, I can't glean anything from there. I said, okay. I can't. I said, because transitional teams are not government, so I can't glean anything from that.
Okay. Amos George.
Yeah.
Good promise by Ambassador Boakai with the folks that led him to that lead the way to get him to the executive mansion now, where he's going to be residing officially?
Mr. So, this is why CDC lost the election. Because I would say political arrangement is an understanding, gentlemen understanding. There's no receipt. And this is what CDC did not do, because they promised people and they didn't live up to it. Simple. Getting Jerry, yeah, they promised a whole lot of people they didn't live up to it. So they got to pay back. The issue here is these people, they met with Honorable Bwaga. I don't know what arrangement they went on. But there was some agreement that we're going to work along with you. So if you name or names any people on the transition something, I do not have a problem with it. What I'm saying, I want to see his cabinet. Then I can say, oh, this and that. But even if he appoint any people from these groups, is that a crime? No. It's not a crime. In America, it happened. So that is not pay to play. It's says yes, you want this, yeah, I will support you. When you win, you give me this. It says no, that's it. If says agree, okay, that fall within the realm of politics. Okay, I'm not paying him money to say give me this. No, that's the general understanding. Since citizens could not live out there, if Honorable Bwaga come to live out there, hallelujah to him. Let me say this. Honorable Amarkwana was elected. There's nothing in the Constitution of Liberia say that if you are elected, you cannot be appointed or you cannot accept appointed position. It's that judgment is Amarkwana, whoever call who is elected, that makes that call. There's nothing. If Amarkwana wants to leave his 9-year senatorial post and go become Minister of Finance, that's up to Amarkwana. It's not against the law. That's up to him. There's nothing in the law that says that. Okay? So people should not come to try to raise the issue of Amarkwana, this and that. No. That's level Amarkwana. If he want to accept the Minister of Finance job, he take it, and the government go pay some money again to relaunch senatorial seat in Bapo. Maybe CDC will win it. Maybe Gibson Jefferson will put some money in, they will win it to increase the number in the Senate.
Gibson, you see the reason why I tried to reserve you? I knew Amos George and get ready.
But that was happening to have both voices in the Senate.
Yeah, okay. So Gibson, just hold your peace. Let me go to the guy. This is the only diplomatic guy here, Terry, but Amos Joy Sampson told nothing is guaranteed with him. Terry, is that a good start on the part of the ambassador?
Sure, Mr. So the ambassador is trying to bring in a government of inclusion. And if you listen to his speech, he said that these people willingly came over for the benefit of the country. That speech, that statement alone clarifies that these people did not come on the basis of, gentleman agreement as supposed. But however, it applies in a political terrain. When people are joining you, it applies that there are, interests involved. So obviously you got to chip here and there, But to be honest with you, I wanted to look at the conversation also from another angle. And the angle I wanted to look at it from was some of the snaps. Some I thought you were going to put in some pictures for us to look at body languages and some small thing that took place at that particular ceremony that took my eye. All right. I saw Ambassador Boyka holding the hand of Mary Bro. I don't know if you pick up that particular video. He held her hand for at least 2 to 3 seconds.
No, not this one here. I know I don't have
one video there. Yeah, and that really spoke something to me. But yeah, that picture you just post, you see George Lobo. I don't know what he's doing there. I must say that, but you see the likes of George Lobo. I don't know, Amos Twe. Was that Amos Twe and all that? So what we're saying here is that you can tell. We are not saying this is the cabinet, all right? We're saying that you can see the reflection of the cabinet giving birth to, just from those particular things. All those political leaders might not be in the government, but they are representation of people that will come after them. You got to understand that. I would not be surprised to see TJ, all right, Terwon Gonglo at Justice Ministry or somewhere very vital in Ambassador Boyka, something that was with the legs of Yakpa Wulo is not an error. These things the Ambassador Boyka is doing, they are not mistakes. These are reflection of what the Liberian people hope to see. Like I said the last time, all these political parties, they're not just coming for nothing but so in as much as they may not say it, but it applies in a diplomatic arena. It applies that you know that these people need something. They're not just coming for free whatever. But I was looking at some of those pictures and the walking in of Ambassador Boyka into the mansion. I saw President Weah, his level of openness, all right, the way he received the ambassador, it really brought chill to me. I see Liberia is changing. I really see something great on the horizon. Yeah, that is what I really want to say.
Okay, Gibson, let me just bring you in here. These guys, they are not your friends. Trust me.
No, they are not. They are not.
They are not your friends.
But Sister his friend. Sister his friend. They are partisan.
This is the guy. You know this guy, right? You know this guy from Atlanta, Georgia. You know the base of Atlanta, Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know the history of Atlanta, Georgia, with that of Ambassador Boyka.
But you want to misjudge us.
I'm expressing my view. That's my opinion. My view.
But you want to.
What do you want to say? Okay, so let me just break here. Let's government of inclusion. That has been the soundbite, the trumpet of the Unity Party, the Liberal and all of them. They are blown here. This start, is that an indicator? Is there any inclusion here? How is this transition being viewed in the CDC orbit?
First of all, let's turn this thing up a little bit. This transitional team is my most regretted list that is out so far. And this shows the mindset of Joseph Boyka if you look at the transitional team. I took my time to go through the list and I was able to categorize the entire list in terms of the membership. On this list, you have 5 Nimbayans, 2 Gyo, 2 Manos. I mean, 3 Gyo, 2 Manos. You have 3 Mandingos, 3 Crew people, 2 Bassa people, 4 Pele people, 2 Bani people, 1 Vai, 1 Mende, 1 Grebo, 1 Congo. I didn't see anybody from Grand Jeda.
How many percent? What was the vote Grand Jeda gave to Boyka?
Grand Jeda gave him more than 4,000 votes. That's votes that we painstakingly gave him. The vote that we could have kept to ourselves. But we painstakingly gave him the 4,000 votes. And he formed an entire committee based on Nima, Mandingo, Crew, and Pele with the highest numbers. This is regrettable. This is the kind of Boyka we're going to have. Now, I'm telling the people from Grand Jeda today, they should brace themselves for the next 6 years of no communication from Boyka. Boyka will not even go to Grand Jeda. This is disgraceful. This is the most disgracing list I've ever seen. But even more than that, out of 20 people, Boyka get only 4 ladies. 4 women. Only 4. 16 men.
That's not true.
Gender disparity. The ladies are Louis Boto, Madela Kopa, Sarah Bislow Yanti, and Benny Horace Colley. If you see any other lady there, let me know.
No.
The senator elect from Grand Kema County.
What her name? What her name?
You saw
enemy in the news. Let me tell who the senator is.
Oh man, you saw a note with Joseph Boyka that you missing the statistics out.
Yeah. So okay, you can correct me after I finish.
You can't be so annoyed with this man like this.
5 women.
5 women.
He's so
Jeremy, you still making my point. Out of 20, you only select 5 women.
No, you went from 20% to 25%, and I'm making your point.
And secondly,
you're making my point.
No.
You guys, hold on.
Hello, let him make your point so we'll go to the next. Yeah, make your point quick so we'll go to the next conversation.
Look, we are going to see a very divisive Joseph Boyka government.
Oh my God.
With very divisive Joseph Boyka government. Let me tell you something. For those of you who don't know, I sent my reporter yesterday to Kupakura office. When he went there, he saw a group of people, and they were in their meeting, and he joined them in a meeting. What I'm going to say here is something that many people have not known about. Nimbayans who gathered at Kopokura Place yesterday, they were discussing about forming a rapid response force, Kopokura, to take to the president-elect. There are three individuals that are fighting for justice ministry position right now. Kopokura, Lucini Kamara, no, not Lucini Kamara, sorry, Cabinet Janet, Benedict Sanon. The fear for Joseph Boakai now, if I say I will not give it to Kopokura, and Prince Johnson is demanding that he should have the nomination for the justice ministry, it's on his list. And if he doesn't do that, what relationship are you going to get with the Nimapu and Prince Johnson?
So hold on one second.
So we bring Jesse back, we're discussing transition team, not the government yet. We're talking about the president.
No, that comment. That what I'm saying.
The problem the government already into justice ministry, everything.
We're gonna come to that.
Yeah, please.
But what is the essence of the rapid response? To respond to what?
No, moderator.
Let me
go down.
No, but Mr. Ford, then you take out the whole
Hold on. When people say something, in as much is being said, we got to get a little insight of it so that we can get to the next something. It's rapid. I know when they say rapid response, in most cases, to either hit go on an emergency or something. What is the essence of that?
This is I will just show it. I will not show the guy name, please. And you see that I think you see the message the guy sent. He said, Chief.
No, we see that message.
Wait, guys.
Look at it.
Yeah, but I'll tell the guy name. I'll just send him my message and the guy message, but I'll not put him in name.
Yeah,
he said,
you don't want to be transparent.
Hold on now. He said, you are right, Chief. That yesterday, Cooper Cruz Herring and Herring Law Firm on Benson Street was a scene of huge turnout of Nimbayans, girls on the rush for job, especially the security. They were heard discussing the formation of an elite force that may be called First Action Response Force, FARF, or a Green Beret Wildcat. We are in serious troubles, Chief. I'm saying that specific to do that. I'll give it to you. But what I'm trying to say is the infighting.
My second message here I got. It says Jason Giroux cannot be authenticated. Right here from asking guys, send it to me.
You can go ahead and believe that. You can go ahead and believe that. Anything people say about me, just believe it. Anything they say about me. Anything people say about me,
go ahead. Go ahead, 30 seconds. Talking point.
No, but you can't just do hit like that or any verifiable.
I mean, you're talking
too much meaning to Jerome. Why?
No, but you're interfering. When you're not interfering,
people can keep quiet and stop the interruption. We don't censor you here. We might disagree, but we got to be able to get something out of what people are saying. So then we can have a
Mr.
So, second, can you go to
Mr. So, let me register this. Whether you are a JMB daughter, whether JMB son, whether JMB born and come back born again and you support JMB, whoever you are, this government will be the most divisive government. It will be the most infighting government we have ever seen. The contending interests are expressed in this transitional team.
All right, let me go to
in the transitional team, which can even let it should account today, it should account long time, so we can studentize it. But they did not.
Thank you so much. Well, you don't have authority over it. So, wait on Keta. Let me hear you quick, and then we can shift gear to the next video here.
Well, like we said, the team is the team. The team is just a transitional team. I don't think this team is the makeup of Joseph Boakai cabinet. I think we should wait. I agree with some of the other panelists that said, and we should wait and see, especially Sisek Koya, my own brother, that we should wait and see Joseph Boakai, the composition of his team. And one thing people keep saying, where are the females? And there was an African leader, I think from Nigeria. He said every day we cry why we can't get females. And in fact, from America to another leader from America said it. We cry every day female participation, but the female are not coming to the forefront to compete with the male in these political era. So at the end of the day, when people make their choices and select 15 men and 25 women, it becomes an issue. So I think we need more female participation. If you come vigorously, aggressively to come and compete with the male counterparts to see if they can get those positions. But I think the makeup of Joseph Boakai transitional team is a good one. And one of the things I see people who were in the vanguard for him, like George Lopo and stuff like that, regardless of he from local county, but at least George Lopo was seen on the drive and other stuff, a young man, and pushing the Joseph Boakai narrative here. Even somebody who lies, but he pushed it. And today we see on the team. So that's a good thing. That's a good start for him. We want more young people involved in competent young people involved in government. But again, I will credit this to His Excellency President George Manuel Weah for being so generous, and he wants to see our country move forward, regardless of who is coming to take office. This is the reason why he's giving everybody the opportunity to do. We didn't see this when President Weah was coming to office. We didn't see a transitional team. We didn't see all the different ceremonies on Facebook and the pictures. We didn't see all that. Today, President Weah is making it happy and showing his graciousness to the Liberian people for allowing to be president and the peace nature he has to make this thing happen, and commending Mr. Boakai, the president-elect, to have a successful and smooth transition and smooth presidency. So it's up to we shouldn't expect much. His time is it's too early. Let's give the incoming president his time where he will come out and bring his list. Sooner or later, he's going to be out there, and then we can debate it.
Yeah, but 10 seconds quickly, Emma Joyce says something. Is that something? Are you in alignment with that? The strength, the commitment being shown so far by Ambassador Boakai to his allies is being exhibited. Did that happen to the CDC-led government, or did they let some of their own diehard by the wayside, and that could have led them into this? Was it correct on that part?
So this is the thing that George always say, and I say sometimes I will speak with facts, right? So all the people that advocated for Joseph Boakai, we don't see them on the attack on this transitional team. It means that he threw all of them away or he abandoned them. So President Weah could not bring everybody on into the government. President Weah brought Sidicians, people from the NPP, the different people into the government. Even the very Nima County that Prince Johnson lied and said Nima are not involved in the government, there were a lot of Nima in President Weah government. But when people try to push propaganda, it's the lies faster than the truth. So there's no way Mr. George can sit on this platform and tell me that President Weah government was not a government of inclusion. It was a government of inclusion. From Nima County straight to the Vatigbo County, the Grand Cape Man, from Bombing to Maryland, all around people were in this government. And so I think we should be appreciative of a God. In fact, even the very opposition dominated President Weah.
All right, let's do a quick roundtable here. He returns from Nima County, and this seems to be the conversation here. Let's listen and see whether there are going to be more of him in time to come. Let's play this tape, and then we're going to get a reaction.
Impossible. It's impossible. Mr. Weah, it is not possible. So, you try to get the army to deploy, to do the same thing those did to the fight, to name the winner, you to be the winner of this election. The army refused. Chief of Staff, the Joint Security Forces, may God bless you. Amen. General Prince C. Johnson, he did extraordinary well. He did a good job to save this country, but not carrying out unlawful orders. by not executing unlawful orders. You told the president the result must be announced, and that's why you stood by. The people of Liberia say thank you. Nima says we tell you thank you. Is the judge here? You retire. But we want to know that now we want you. We are speaking so everybody will hear me. No way, sir. This is not wish hunting. No way. Where is the Mr. Joshua? Where is Image? Wow. Where is Gabriel Lama? The third man, the Tobo. Where are the auditors? Where Princess Cooper? From Yali. My niece. Princess Cooper was my niece. Where are the EPS? This one. Maybe. Maybe Ellie. Where is he? Then you say he killed himself by shooting himself 3 times in the head. That's not true. A lie. I stood in the church, I said a lie. Where Mabutu? Samuel 12. A group, Betrayed. They killed a man, allegedly killed a man in a roasted fish that they brought from Paradise Restaurant. Amen. There will be an institution of the Commission of Inquiry. I recommend the establishment of the Commission of Inquiry to investigate the mysterious death of our loving auditors.
Support you. Who support you, Baba?
I want a commission to be established, not only look into the mysterious death, but the missing millions. We are told from intelligence they got all the millions US, everything in their homes. So I recommend a search warrant to check their homes, to check the vault, where they got the Muslim, where the security force guarding 24 hours. One the also, and then the Brazo, the also. Security force are manning the place 24 hours.
Interesting. Let's get it off here. I think we must get ready to embrace what could be a real showdown. Nima people would thank you. General Prince Johnson would thank you, making two recommendations. Guys, let's start with the Liberal. It's on point here. Are these recommendations? I wanted they are already in the folder to be submitted when the president-elect is seated. And how far would this thing? There are some things Liberians are frown on as well. The government says some cases were ongoing. We yet to know the conclusion to those cases. Is he on point to bring these cases to a closure? The government, if Ambassador Boyka is seated, a commission was the nature of that commission, the composition of that commission, we don't know yet. It will be too soon to determine yet. But Liberal, let me just bring you in here.
What is your question, Mr. So?
The question, you're not paying attention to. I don't know
Mr.
why.
So, don't. What is your question?
Okay, then maybe I'll go ahead.
Tabata running around, he's saying that. Now, question. What is your question? I'm listening.
You always like to create a drama.
Liberal progressive.
I played the tape. I don't know whether you're listening to another music from Total or whatever it is.
I'm very serious now. The tape we heard, Prince Johnson, he's making himself irrelevant as far as I'm concerned. Ambassador Baka and his people not going to pay attention to those and say because Prince Johnson want inquiry. If he start that inquiry business, that will give like a bridge to war crime court. You can't have an inquiry about people dying in Liberia, going after the sitting government, and then you want to say no war crime court. So Prince Johnson, as far as I'm concerned, he will talk. This is his talking. It's going to be a test between Ambassador Bakai and Vice President-elect Coon. If they have true relationship, friendship, relative, just like between you and myself, we can be flower. You know how close you and myself. You and myself were very close. You see that? That kind of relationship. Do I get a yes on that, Mr. Soul?
Yes.
Thank
No,
you.
you can't wait. Why the people can't say you're close?
No, but seriously, if Ambassador Baka and Kun have no daylight in between, the like of Prince Johnson will not be able to penetrate. But if how do you call it, Kun, Vice President elect Kun, start listening to Prince Johnson, the Loma people are not people to play with. The fund that will come in the next 6 years, it will be very interesting. Because the Loma people now sit down for Prince Johnson to try to manipulate Ambassador Baka. It won't happen. It won't happen. I grew up with Loma kids in the barracks. You want fire? They don't rush, but they were so cute. When we go play brain on the beach, they don't fight, but they know. So those people, as far as I'm concerned, you don't rush them. And they will not just pick a fight with you. So if Prince Johnson gonna start making these kinds of ridiculous recording, want to make himself relevant, if he already have done his job, people praising him as being the godfather of Nima County. As far as I'm concerned, he's truly godfather of Nima County. But he wants to make himself irrelevant by making these kinds of ridiculous statements. Mr. So, as far as I'm concerned, the liberal Ambassador Baka is going to teach us sedition sense. The Ambassador Baka is coming to teach the sedition sense, to know how to govern, not to just come. You heard what he said. You put $3 million, $50,000 road, then you call it $3 million. That's not the kind of Ambassador Baka you're gonna get. You're gonna get what you see and what you get. Nothing else.
All right, let's move on.
Oh, you want to move on now? Because I'm telling you the true story about Ambassador Baka. You want to move on. Who you want to bring? 1%? You're gonna bring 1% now? Call him. 1%, come on.
This is unbelievable.
John, I'm not coming after you. I guess in general, I'm coming after you.
Yes, my only message to the Unity Party supporter is that they have done a magnificent job. Let them now muddy the water now. Let the Giddy man chance. The statement Prince Johnson is making today, I don't want us underestimate Prince Johnson. So a wise government will need to have a conference with Prince Johnson. First of all, I notice we still have what I call a fragile peace in Liberia. Since this election, I noticed something like a widespread state violence all over Liberia, people participating, beating the people and all the kind of thing happening. But here what I think the UP could put down as a yardstick to solve some of the problem. Let's start with the job issue. Some of the team Prince Johnson being raising all over the place. If Ambassador Boakai live up to his brand name, then he can introduce a merit system, and the merit system will go with a criteria. You see, so for instance, if Prince Johnson party say, okay, we want justice ministry, all right, fine. This is the criteria for the justice ministry based on the merit system. Whosoever minister is coming must be a bachelor degree holder in justice sciences. They should meet this. Then if you come in with your people and you want a ministry, it's not like, okay, because we help you, then we just take the ministry and put it on your lap. No. So the merit system, if he bring it and bring no criteria, trust me, some people will back off. Because if you don't meet the criteria, it's not like a club where we apportion our indictment, we just give you there, you take it and run with it. No. come up with a criteria for these places. So if you want this one, you meet up with a criteria, you take the job, and you go through the procedure. That's what I see that will solve some of these problems.
All right. Thank you. So, Ceci, these issues, some of these issues were discussed in the past. There are a lot of conspiracy, innuendos, all sort of interpretations. We do know the government said they were doing their investigation. Now, Prince Johnson is banking on that. Is saying he wants a commission. He said, did he say commission? Yeah, commission to be formed to investigate or maybe revisit or take a review on that. Is he the wrong messenger to say that, or does he not have the right to say what he's saying and what could possibly be? He's talking with confidence. It's like some conversations already been held, maybe for his party, and say, look, we got to put this thing forward. If such a thing comes out while this president is seated and try to get things going, how can he address that?
Look, again, I'll go back to trying to read something that is not there. Let's lay out a few things. And I'm not going to go to my phone to show you the message I just got. Jason was still waiting for that message in our chat room, by the way. Prince Johnson.
I'm not even in the chat room, so I don't know.
Just send it to the man. Just send it to our man. I'm gonna put it in the chat room. Just send it to him.
Okay.
Yeah. Prince Johnson is an elected senator. He won a landslide victory. So an executive branch of government cannot tell the senator what to say, to advocate, or to come and say, oh, we take one of our sons from my county that I represent, say, thank you, Prince Johnson, and that's a big deal. A senator thanking somebody from his county who serves in his government, and that's what we want to make it to a big thing. Or the other way around there. If the senator truly believes that there should be a commission, I think for me, my biggest thing would be, he's a senator. Why doesn't he go and introduce a legislation in the Senate and see how far that goes? I, however, think that Prince Johnson maybe did not understand what he's trying to ask for. You're going to have a justice ministry. There's a justice ministry now. There's a justice ministry being in the Bwaka government. So the justice ministry can still continue the investigation of these deaths that people believe were not concluded. Because the government itself, CDC government, has now concluded quite a few cases, high-profile cases. And so all they have to do is to get if they stay keeping the same prosecutors, they just maybe tell them, hey, you need to make sure this is concluded. But to have a commission on there, I think that kind of takes away from the power of the justice ministry. And whoever spoke about this running into a war crime code, yeah, because if you have a commission, then now the commission got to talk about many deaths. But if the Justice Ministry is investigating these cases that have not been concluded, that is the job of the Justice Ministry. So I really don't see what the whole talk about here, that an elected senator is talking about what he hopes to see in government, or that because that Prince Johnson. I don't agree with Prince Johnson on many things. I think that the War and Economic Crime Code should come to Liberia. It should have come many years ago. I believe that. But sometimes, not because you so much despise somebody, that every time President says something, people forget to look at what he's saying. The man is a senator. He has the right to speak on those issues that he spoke on. He was elected overwhelmingly.
Overwhelmingly.
Thank you very much. There have not been anytime somebody have just taken the word that I actually wanted to say exactly, except just for a few words, like what Cedric just said. And he being a senator and, putting forward the Senate commission, he has the right to, bring up a suggestion. It left with the president-elect to say, yes, I accept his suggestion, or not to. And I see people always saying, Senator Prince Johnson will be imposing on the vice president-elect and on Bwaka. There have been many things that Prince Johnson has said, and the president-elect did not accept it during the election period. If he didn't accept it during the time he really needed this election, is it now that he's going to be a president, then he's just going to accommodate whatever Prince Johnson throws out there? I think that's just baseless. And I see Jerome saying he has done. I told you the other day, Jerome, to not hatch the egg that is not laid by the chicken, and that's what you're doing. You know, Jerome did this when Ellen became a president, and Ellen tried to incorporate it. That's why he made few trips with Ellen at the time. He think he's looking for notice so that he can get that other accommodation. But Jerome, you're not a journalist. You claim to be, I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist. But the way you perceive a breakup issue, it doesn't sound like a journalist. You don't sound like a journalist. And I tell you the fact. You're looking for notice. You're looking for exception somehow. You know how many tribes we have in Liberia? Did you see all of them included in our listing?
The
You come and say
people,
crown people, crown, no, yeah. So I'm going to say, oh yes, the number people in large number there should be. Come on, man, J. Gibson. You're looking for notice, but if some of us will continue to be here, we're going to push you back. And you're not going to be accepted or follow Honorable Barker like you think Ellie, you did to Ellie, and Ellie accommodated you in some field trips for her. And I'm here. I know you're suffering for the pest right now. But I'm telling you, relax. You're gonna be okay, you know. Sometimes it happens, you know. Sometimes when some things happen to you, you least expect it, you know, and it happens. Sometimes it throws you out of balance, Jeru, and that's why I think you are. But you're gonna be okay. You're gonna get over it, and just relax, because it is not trouble thing. They may have told you everybody will be accommodated. In the first place, he told you that the Southeastern going to be the priority. He wasn't forced to say that. He already elected. He nobody pushing him now to say that's a election speech. So stop it. The Crown people not even accommodating you. There was a guy today from Grand Julian that came on and were advising most of his Grand Julians people. And I think you're one of those that he really need to talk to. And I admire that guy so much here at Grand Julian. And he said what the people did to the Nimadians in Grand Julian. They did do it to the Crown people in Nima. No, they did not. We are advocating every day for peace. See today that George Weah, and that I gave him like Kenneth said. I appreciate George Weah for the stand he took. And I admire him so much. Because if he listened to the like of people like you, Gibson, that's why we're battling George Weah government. You guys did it to Doe. Your man Doe died today. Some of us used to love Doe. Your that man died today. Because of some of you, the attitude. The attitude, you know, this kind of attitude you exhibiting. But we're not going to accommodate it. The Crown people are our people. We love them. They are going to be accommodated in this government. And it is not because you're going to be pushing things, you're looking for space in government. It ain't going to be. If you qualify, they will accept you. You don't have to look for this kind of propaganda to get a job. So right now I see, you know, it's going to be okay when you Gibson. Okay? I can assure you you're going to be okay.
I'm not sure what
Are you for now?
Are you? Oh, what a class from Mali. I'm not sure whether that's the beginning of 2029 sedition is going to cause distraction from the ruling establishment. But let's stabilize the conversation here. The diplomatic guy on this network here is Terry. When you see him listening, and then he ready to soften the ball. Terry, we're listening. I'm not sure the commission, whether the senator was talking about like a select committee from either both houses, lower or whatever the case. We don't know yet. Hopefully, we're going to get the details of that. But yes, of course, he's an elected man saying what he's saying. Maybe he has had a consultation with his constituents, and who knows whether he's building an ally within either the lower or upper house. But let me just bring you in here, Terry. Any fire in the hole?
Well, I don't think so. You know, Prince Johnson is a talking type. And like Sissy said, I think Sissy just made the stuff right on the head. Well, one of the things we need to understand is that we need to allow a person to be rehabilitated. I think Prince Johnson is going through the process of rehabilitation, and it is difficult for Liberians to accept, but you have to. Now, that process of rehabilitation does not mean that he should not go to the War Crime Court, War and Economic Crime Court. But we must understand that Prince Johnson has been in our society as dangerous as he has been noted to be for more than 20 years now. We're all killing a fly. Prince Johnson exhibited his democratic rights by the law without creating any violence leading to the death of people within the last 20 years. You got nothing on him to accuse him of creating violence or insurrection in the country. Prince Johnson was accused of being sanctioned. And what did he do? He recused himself from the board that he was from the board he was on in the house. Then what did he do? He also recused himself from a political party. That's what we're seeing today, the likes of what? Jeremiah Kuhn. Remember, Prince Johnson had been a contender in the elections of Liberia for the past 2 decades. Or maybe, 2 decades. So you cannot say that Prince Johnson is trying to create violence, he's trying to create insurrection, he won't create some kind of rebel group or some, because from what I listened to Honorable Jeru, that's where he's trying to go. He's trying to make us to be informed by his gossip information he received from some kind of place, that he wants to inform us or his people that Prince Johnson is trying to create this kind of group that will eliminate Ambassador Boyka so that Jeremiah Kuhn can become president so they can run the country. That is the kind of message he wants for us to buy. And it's not going to sell, especially knowing, because psychologically, I see Honorable Jeru as a professional journalist. But when a man is angry, as he said he is, psychologically, he cannot make no proper analysis. That is why if you look at Jeru, he was just on Spoon Talk for almost 5 hours. He's now here. He's trying to express his anger. And that is the best way he knows how. So I don't want to beat him. I just want to say that he needs to use his professionalism to analyze properly and present a righteous judgment that the audience honor here will be fed the right information to make sound judgment in our society. That will also help our society improve, Jeru. I would not want to go with other people that say you this, you that. I believe you are a professional journalist. You got too much experience in our society. You know the pros and the cons, the ups and the downs. But you just choose to do what you're doing because right now you said it yourself that you angry that why Ambassador Boyka have to win these elections. But again, like Koto said, you're going to be fine. But when you get fine, use your skills that God have given you, the opportunity you have, the wisdom you have, so you can carve the right journal for the benefit of Liberia. Inserting this tribal sentiment thing is not healthy for our people. Because what you say that, oh, Ambassador Boyka getting other people on the list, when you have 4 cool people, like what you said, that is the Southeast. That is the representation of the entire Southeast being represented. So I don't understand why you're trying to insert tribal business, going to the extent of trying to divide how many Obaso people, how many Pele people. That is tribal. You're trying to create tribal sentiment in the minds of your people. And it's not good for the discussion. So in my opinion, Mr. So, like Sese said, the man is a senator. He have the right to call for whatever you want to. He's not saying, let Ambassador Boyka give me the right to create this group to go through this, that. But we must also agree that if he is recommending this, other people too could decide to recommend the War Crime Court, the War and Economic Crime Court. He should be prepared to go through the process also. That is my own recommendation.
Okay. Well, that's the beauty of this network. And we have people like Mark Gayer who are nominating the man who is being investigated or nominating as to be Speaker Donald Trump. You have Ted Cruz in here during the election. So, of course, you always have some highlanders there. Gibson's are going to have the time here. Let me bring in the man from the far right, Atlanta, Georgia. They wanted to take the vote here to cause insurrection. In fact, they did. Yeah, I'm not the only good thing he was not part of that group that went January 6th group. He was not there. Amos Joyce.
How you know you are not part of the group?
They're not your business when he there. You probably you let a boy more into too much. He can't do any more joy, then he's strong. I'll put
If that video to share with all can watch you.
Let me see.
Emo Joy at the capital in the video.
Mr. So, all of them were talking. I said nothing, eh?
No, not at all.
Okay.
So,
I was patient and took all the bullet, eh? Okay.
Right.
All
Now,
right.
Mr. So, let me say something. Terry, let me correct you. Mr. Jeru, the guy did not call Prince Johnson name. He said Cooper Cra. So you said Prince Johnson and guy, no. Insurrection, no. He was very specific and precise. He called Cooper Cra that they went to the law office. Second.
So what are you correcting me on? Let me be specific.
You said Prince Johnson, you linked that to Prince Johnson. And I said,
on
no.
What? On what, man? What they are linked to?
On Gibson explanations, you did say Prince Johnson, but what Gibson said was to Cooper Cra office.
Yes.
That where these people.
The one to Prince Johnson, Gibson did not call Prince Johnson on that issue. He called Cooper Cra, that citizen from Nima group went to Cooper Cra office to form this rapid response force. He did not name Prince Johnson in that. If you got Prince Johnson, maybe you got some evidence you can show that he was linked to it, then fine.
What I was trying to present was different from that. I was trying because there have been something from Front Page Magazine.
Nah, listen.
That states
but then you should have started. You should have started the front page.
But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you should have started. No, you should have started the paper.
Already after the time said that
you should have started the paper. Now, Prince Johnson did not resign from the board by himself on his own volition. It was with Maynard and the U.S. government threatening the government, the army. So if he stayed there as chief on the Joint Security chairman, they would not
on defense.
They would not deal with that. So how come he was forced to resign?
So what about the political party too? You were forced to resign?
Hold on now, oh man. You see, you just said I don't want got temper, but you see now. You talk about to be intellectual.
You were interrupting me when I was speaking.
I did not say a word yet. I did not say
I mean earlier on you were interrupting me.
Okay, guys, let's make progress.
No, don't put word in my mouth. You were speaking. I was listening and I'm taking notes down. Issue that I want to correct you on, I will correct you on it. Well, you can go ahead. So, his political party, he did it on his own volition. He was the chairman of the party. He said he resigned and turned the party over to Jeremiah. He will be an ambassador. I do not have anything against that. I'm not part of his organization to question his authority. So I'm not going there. Having said that, let me tell you, Mr. Giroux, you said that Joseph Barker would be very divisive because he named a transitional thing. He got nobody from Granted. Granted. But can you tell me, George Weah, that you support, how many people that he on his transitional thing that came from across the 15 counties? Second, you talk about devices. How many cabinet ministers, I said assistant minister, cabinet minister that came from Bond County? How many cabinet ministers that came from Bapolo in the George Weah government that you can name? I did not see one minister or deputy minister from Bond County all throughout the 6 years of George Weah ruling. Maybe if they're there, maybe I don't know them, you can name it Bapolo, you can name them for me. So, majority of the appointees, ministers, directors, all came from Southeast. Now, how can you sideline that with Joseph Boga, who had not even named a cabinet? Please explain to me. Please explain to me how he will be divisive. Now, Joseph Boga had named 5 women. So again, name how many women George Weah had on his transitional team. So I can make the comparison. Then maybe if he had 16 women, then I will give it to you. The second issue here, Joseph Boga spoke the last time. He was very specific. He named the subject. He made mention of Granted. So I think, Jason, if you want to go after Honorable Boga, wait. Let him name his cabinet. Let him form his government. Then you can sit there and say, oh, this is what I was saying. Then I can agree. Everybody know me. I never supported Joseph Boga. I never. But if we have to be honest, then we have to hold one another accountable. Because that's why I said the last time. It was the same statement that Yaya Jab, the senator from Nigeria made the last time, that Jeremiah and Joseph Boakai, they're going to kill the crown if they are president. And I said that was a ridiculous statement on him to make that kind of statement, because Jeremiah has said that during the war, they were selling children in Boston. And I'm on record for that on this platform. I challenge Jeremiah Kuhn. I should show me evidence of that. So I will not sit down here because I didn't support Joseph Boakai, and during you come here and make the kind of stripping statement. So I want you. I think you have time to Google everything. Just answer the question for me. These places, how many people came from there that were in Georgia government? And tell me how many ministers and directors that came from the Southeast. Is that what the reflection of the Liberian people?
Okay, LPR, leave no one behind. Wilton Ketter, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, let's get your word, and then we'll go to Gibson before we take off for the night.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
It's about
I
me.
think we should be very, very honest and careful of our society. Our democracy is moving progressively, and our peace is still fragile. I think it's about time that we call a spade a spade. And it's dangerous. I've seen it a lot of times, whether you're educated or uneducated Liberian. When you have people that sing your song, whether that person is a human eater, you don't care. You close your eyes to it and agree with that person. I think it's about time that we call Prince Johnson for what Prince Johnson is. At this early stage of the transition period, Joseph Boakai has not even taken office. Prince Johnson is saying things that, if we are not careful, could make Joseph Boakai government, could create problem for Joseph Boakai government moving forward. We should not forget, we have a deep divided country. Our country is divided deeply. And for Prince Johnson to come out and be making ridiculous statements at this early stage, I think he's doing Joseph Boakai this favor. If he knows that he wants to bring in, like Sissy said, or what kind of investigation or whatever he say he want to bring in, he has been elected. He can go to the House and bring it on the table, including the War and Economic Crimes Court. But for him to sit down and insinuate or say the things he said, do you think Seditions who supported President Weah it will go down well with them? We are talking about peace. We are talking about allowing this Boakai government to have the freedom, the will to deliver to Liberian people, and to have a man who stood on national TV, international TV, and slaughter a sitting president, have the audacity to talk because Liberian people gave him the second chance or the third chance. And we sit down here because he supported Joseph Boakai and
Hold on, guys. Let us not do interruption now. You see? Yeah, please.
Let's listen to each other here. We're talking in the interest of Liberia. That's how you got interest in Liberia. I have interest in Liberia.
Yeah, but the 4 year, why you didn't talk that?
I saw what Prince Johnson did in Bowman. The first man that made friend with me, Prince Johnson, in here alive and beheaded him. I know what he did. So when I'm speaking from experience, I'm not speaking because I don't want to speak. Prince Johnson killed somebody who was famous in Liberia, close to my family too. We know all it, we know everything. So when we talk, we know what we're talking. Somebody who will do these things, the Liberian people giving the opportunity to serve. You have to be quiet, be a leader. At this time, we're talking about bringing peace. President, we are advocating for peace. Joseph Boakai too advocating for peace to bring the nation together. Prince Johnson, on the other hand, is preaching hate and divisiveness. And then we sit here and say, kumbaya to him.
Okay.
If we're not careful, you will support Joseph Boakai. You got to be telling Joseph Boakai to talk to Prince Johnson to keep his mouth shut. Because when we start the War and Economic Court campaign in Liberia, Joseph Boakai will have no option or to bow down to the will of the Liberian people. Don't forget, Liberia is
we are bow down.
Okay, Emo Joyce, I think we should stop those sort of so what are your little thing can get to you?
Because it's not getting to all. I just asked him.
Yeah, but
what
when
he
people
pushing
other people
I mean,
talking, when those sort of words start intriguing, there will be an interruption. You don't, Keto?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay, I'm not sure whether we're going to come back at some point in time to have this. These are critical issues. People got to get their voices, make their opinions, their views. It doesn't make it a fact. Okay, Gibson Jeru, let's come to you.
When you guys are talking, I was taking note, 2-page notes. Eh?
That United Nations speech, how can you come and read it now?
I'm going to summarize everything in less than 2 minutes.
So quickly, in less than 2 minutes, the guy. Hold on one second. Guys, come in, please. The fellow you're talking about, was he part of the gathering?
Yeah, it meant when I told you to go there specifically. I had the news and I told you to go there. I'll send it to you anyways.
Yeah,
so we heard the news. We decided to find somebody. I don't want to jeopardize the whole process, but I just gave you guys a tip of what we should expect in the future, because it's not even about overthrowing Joseph Boakai. I will speak to that when I get there.
I just want to know for future reference, and I know newsmen then they can hold fire with certain news and always come in bit and pieces.
Yes,
did he release any audio?
Alfonso, how can the report be exact with the names that are being suggested if he was not among them?
I can come up with any they say against him. I can call your name.
It's true.
Hold on one second.
They will be truthful.
Okay. Guys.
No, but don't come to like on the platform. You say
I didn't like you, but I waited.
Don't do that thing.
Don't do that
thing. Everything you said, I didn't like it, but I waited.
Gibson, for future conversation, besides the write out, your reporter, did he release any audio from that conference or meeting?
No, I can't release the audio.
No, I said whether he released, whether he forwarded to you any audio.
Yes, we have audio. We have audio recorded on his phone. We are coming up with a story. I'm writing a story. It will be on my website. Don't worry, with the audio attached.
No, I'm not
afraid of these people. I'm not afraid of these people. Also, and two, I got to manage the situation. Listen, journalism is a social responsibility that attached to it. So, for example, if even there's a war situation between Guinea and Liberia, and you as a journalist, you go there and you see Liberian soldiers at the border, you come and write, oh, Liberian, a mass troop at the border. Guineans who were not even ready, they could get ready and overrun Liberia just because of your reporting. Or Liberian government can say, in fact, already in the air, so let's get attacked. So there are certain responsibility. You have to manage certain information. So even if we are writing and republishing that, we're publishing in a way that it will be a lesson for people not to support something like that. It's not going to be a lesson for people to be angry and react in a negative way. So I'm trying to manage what I have right now and see what we can do in a different way. But here is what I wanted to say. I will come back to that because it was one of my ending something. I traveled with Ellen twice. The first time, the executive mansion reporters, I was reporting for the executive mansion as well. So I was an editor, but I signed myself because it was a high caliber individual. And then they made a selection that I should go with Ellen to Nohasho, Mauritania. Not Mauritania, Mauritania, sorry, the Mauritania. We went there and we spent 3 days. We came back. And I went to Italy with her on the United Nations, on the United Nations program. That program was sponsored by the United Nations, and she handpicked me to go. Everything Ellen was doing was to quiet me down. And maybe it may be interesting to some of you. My presence in America is attributed to Ellen's and her talks that try to get at me. And some of you don't know, but I'm not going to go there today. But here is the thing.
So
whatever I say, everything I say, yeah, please, guys. Why are you not patient? We are talking, I didn't talk. But as soon as I start talking, you guys are talking. Yeah. So let me be frank with you people. At this point, Prince Johnson has the right to suggest any committee. I agree with I think it was Sissy who said that. I agree with that. Prince Johnson can make a suggestion. He can say whatever he wants to say because the people that die in Liberia, I'm one of the people who believe that the we are government did not do much to investigate and bring the perpetrator to justice. I'm still of that proponent. I think we are will remember next time if you will even come back 2029 or anybody who gets into the presidency, they should be able to investigate deaths. Deaths are not ordinary crime or any ordinary thing that you can just overlook. Once a citizen die or is murdered or allegedly murdered, you have to go out. You got to unleash your security apparatuses to go after them. Send informants, send or undercover to make sure that you get information to arrest and prosecute the people so they can deter. But because one death happened, nothing happened. Second one happened, nothing happened. So we have 13 deaths in Joshua administration. Nobody is in jail or convicted. It's not a good record. So I wouldn't hold Prince Johnson responsible for any wrongdoing for saying that George Weah should, George Weah should, there's a committee should be set up to investigate the deaths. I agree with that. But something was also right. He is almost stirring the soup of Joseph Boakai without Joseph Boakai giving him permission to stir it. Because what he is doing now, if Joseph Boakai does that now, people will see like, oh, because Prince Johnson said it, that's why Joseph Boakai is doing it. Remember, when Joseph Boakai selected Jeremiah Kuhn, it was not Joseph Boakai who announced Jeremiah Kuhn first. It was Prince Johnson who came out and said Jeremiah Kuhn will be announced Friday as a vice presidential candidate. So he preempting Joseph Boakai. He preempted Joseph Boakai before. Now he's preempting Joseph Boakai again. So he's stirring the soup for Joseph Boakai. So when Joseph Boakai set up a committee tomorrow and so investigate the deaths, and they say, oh, now Prince Johnson controlling Joseph Boakai, or he the one told Joseph Boakai to do it. And that it bring a lot of animosity and it make even Joseph Boakai people to doubt his leadership. So I think something is right. That Prince Johnson should pull back a little bit. Let the government sit. If you have any suggestion, do it quietly behind the scene instead of coming out and making it ridiculous comments about investigation when you know it's going to backfire. I talk about Copper Crab meeting. I want to just say something small so that people will know. I have written a lot of early warning articles before, and that's what journalists do. Early warning, we call that early warning writing. And most people who are not journalists will not understand that. They think you're stirring up trouble. They think you are divisive. They think you are troublistic. But in our country, when you hear people forming an extra military force, like in the case of ATU or SATU, those extra military force didn't do well in our country. We have bad records of them. I'm a crime man, but I can criticize Samuel Doe, and that to say that SATU didn't behave well. There are so many instances that SATU was not even answerable to the Minister of Defense. They did their thing on their own. Nobody questioned them. I was working in a hotel, and there's a guy I know. He's a brother from Nima Kranga. He shot a girl right in front of me. I had to call the police for him. The police came. He cussed the police and left, and nothing happened. My friend Harrison Smith knew about that story. I told him about it. So we know what SATU did. And who doesn't know what ATU did? From Demon Forces to SSU, then to ATU. What they didn't do? Because they are formed and they only report to the president. They don't report to the defense ministry. So they do anything that they want to do. You cannot redress it because you can't reach the president. So now we are hearing that Nimbayans are conglomerating at Copper law firm and even discussing. Let's assume that they just discussing that a special force should be established to provide extra security for the government. It's very worrisome. It's not about overtraining Joseph Boakai. It's about the illegal use of military forces, about the rampant use of force by these extra military forces. So when I'm saying it here and you think I'm criticizing Joseph Boakai, and when it happens tomorrow, nobody will come and remember me that I made an early warning. This is early warning. Anyone who know these people, you should call them and tell them, don't even participate in the kind of discussion. It is something that we cannot afford. It is something that will take us back to war, or it will take us back to violent years or that we left. So I believe, my man, I just started when you talk for 10 minutes, I get Tony on the phone.
Oh, but you promised us 2 minutes, man. You promised us 2 minutes.
Yeah, I promise, but I have to live on my promise.
The LP people, the two LP people, LP.
Now, earlier bronze
Go,
talking.
go. Your top, you see, I got 2 pages. Your top plate, I even go to
No,
respond.
we'll keep the other page.
So
We'll
let
keep
me just say, let me respond to Josh.
Yeah.
Josh, you asking me whether Crown Man was in the transitional government of George Weah.
No. I didn't say crime. Hold on. I didn't say crime, man.
2 minutes. 2 minutes over. Jerry, 2 minutes over, man. He overdoing it.
Let Jerry speak.
You spoke for 10 minutes. Everybody spoke 10 minutes. I just said 2 minutes. I want to keep my promise.
No, but I'm just.
I decided not to keep my promise. Josh, when you're ready, you say question number 1. Did Weah have Granadians in his transitional team?
No. I said your question that Joseph Boakai never had any, did not have any, or don't have any crime man in the transitional government. I said that is just a transitional government. Then I asked you, can you give me the names of the people that were on the transitional team of George Weah? But if you want to add, yeah, okay. Was there any crime person there?
Well, I don't know.
I think you were asking to name so you said women were on the transition team. That was
the second question. That's the second question. Here's what I want to say. Here's what I want to say, Josh. Yeah, what I want to say. Let not fool ourselves. We believe that George Weah made errors, and that is why the Liberian people decided that we can't take you any further. We cannot repeat the same errors. So
but when we are question,
my man, please.
We're going back again.
I feel you can ask for time, but I don't know why. Anytime I'm talking, you just jump inside. Listen, if Josh Weah, I don't know the team of Josh Weah. I really
can be talking too much, Tabata.
I didn't know the team of Josh Weah. I was in the States here when the transitional team was formed. It was not a question those days. Nobody took any notice of it. I was trying to search it right now. I saw the committee that Ellen set up and included George Weah's own committee into it. I didn't see George Weah's own pronouncement. So I don't want to use that as a premise. But what I'm trying to say, brothers and sisters, the errors of the past should be kicked again in the present. So if George Weah didn't do anything right, that is why Joseph Boakai King said you're going to do something right. That's why Liberian people say, George Weah, we don't want you again. We want Joseph Boakai because he didn't do something right. So we cannot allow the same thing that was wrong to continue to perpetuate. That's why I'm saying that these errors, we saw them in the past, we should correct them now. There is a man who said he came to put a hair around everybody. And in the past, he was in Ellen Johnson government, and Grant Jeddah was left out completely in Ellen government. He never advised Ellen not to do that because he said if vice president get power, now he get power. The first committee that he set up, he got everybody else but one person from Grant Jeddah. It's for me, it's a red flag. So I gotta raise it now, so that when it go further, they'll say, "But Getsin said it. Oh, we ain't listening now. We're seeing it now." And my right to protect and speak for my people in America. Those of you in America, sister, when Mexicans want to speak, they speak for their people. When Jew people want to speak, they speak for their people. They don't say they are tribalists. They allow them to advocate. They got lawyers. They got advocates for these particular groups. But in Liberia, when I'm speaking for Grand Jeddah, then I'm a tribalist. What kind of country is that?
Yes, it
is my right. It is my right. It's my right. Yeah, but you interrupting me, man. The man want to tell me for that. You're interrupting me.
No, continue. You want to buy more time. We know that's
no, but you keep interrupting.
Right. Yeah, I think this habit we got to stop it. Yeah. This sort of interruption.
I say, okay, give me 10 seconds. My 10 seconds.
You make people at least some really good info, because when people saying things here, the reason sometimes when you see somebody talking, we want to get hold of some information. And there are some people who will hold information. So please, I know, but we are out of time here, Gibson. We're going to leave that other puzzle. I ask you a question here where you say, I asked whether there's an audio besides the right, or whether there's an audio. Am I understanding you say yes, right?
Yes, I have audio. I have audio.
You
Look,
have an audio.
what I'm going to do is I have to make a great judgment here, Alfonso. To give that audio out, I have to do a very great judgment, because when it goes out, the repercussion will be my responsibility. There are some things that you publish as a journalist that cause chaos. That some things you hold back, and then in the future you say, okay, this one happened. I believe it happened because at so time, this one happened, and I had the audio, and this was the audio. So I can also do that. But I'm following this. I'm following the very. They are having another meeting on Saturday, on next week Saturday. On next week Saturday, somebody's going to be there for me, and I'm going to report directly.
Do you intend to share that audio at some point in time? And what time?
I might share with you some point in time. I can trust you on that, but not certain people. I will not trust certain people. If I get to block you, you will go to Joseph Baka, because I'm like Joseph Baka man. So I'll not get to block you.
But
at some point in time,
you can trust me.
All right, guys.
They say, I love you. Thank you. But hey, guys, this is very serious. Listen, I'm not saying. Let me make myself clear. I'm not saying the force.
Gibson, you over talking, man. Give people a chance. You talk too much now.
The force is not already formed. There's a discussion about it in the group that were at this place. So there will be another meeting next week Saturday. If you got anybody, send them there. If that meeting holds, you will hear more discussion, and then you will be my witness. Thank you.
Okay, well, until those informations are verified, authenticated, we accept them as a view, as an opinion. That's what we do. We don't sanction voices here, whether people like it or not. But we try to get somewhere. And it's good for people to get these things out of their chest, their mind, their soul, their body, from their head, and all of that, because everything psychologically is plays out. So it's good to have this conversation. We are about to go home this rest of the event. I'm wondering from now to tomorrow, what could be the next point of discussion or discussion point here. I try to kind of recollect. Is appointments will be made after the official taking over? So we're not going to hear anything right now. Correct?
No.
No, actually, you should appoint people on the day he's taking over. Because somebody got to work. He has to send the name to the Senate, and those names will be announced that certain people are being nominated, but they will work until the confirmation takes place sometime. Or they will wait until the confirmation takes place, then the turning over takes place. That's what I've seen happen. I don't know what he's going to do. The way
thank you so much. What a wonderful conversation.
There's a question in the chat room, just for Gibson, for him to help us with later on.
I'm not in the chat room, boy.
No. I mean, in the on the stuff here from Dr. Toto, he's asking same gay. There's a same gay on the committee. Dr. Toto wants to know what the same gay is crowned.
90% of the gay come from Nima. I'm answering that question.
Where you put him? In which category?
The men are from Nima. Same gay from Nima.
So you know for a fact, or you guessing on that one?
I somebody said from Nima. What are they telling the truth or not?
You don't even know, Gibson. Yeah, you should stop. You should stop this, man. Some of you guys bringing problems in this country, and we're not going to tolerate. We're not going to tolerate from you because the crime people are decent people. Not because you're doing it. No, not you. I have dealt with decent crime guys. Very decent. Now they're not like you. Tabata, you talking there? I mean, I told you.
You be corrupted by the people who make their comments. Because if they cannot challenge my idea, they cost me.
Hello.
Come on, man. You're very happy. You didn't win. Well, I'm very happy I win. So forget about your own. You're a journalist. I'm a politician. So we're different people.
All right. We're going to do our closing remarks.
I warn you. You caused all
Hello?
your noise during the election. You didn't win. It didn't help you. So now it's not going to help you. We under the campaign mood now. We're in a different era. That's we right now we're trying to organize our government, our decent government. So you're talking not going to help this government.
Rufus Kulu says Sam Gay is from Grand Jeddah County. Which part of Grand Jeddah you come from, Sam?
You see now, you don't even you see you just talk. You don't investigate.
I
You see.
can't say we're doing our closing now.
You believe Rufus? You don't believe me?
But I don't believe you. You don't even know. You don't know. You just angry. Guess you just angry.
He's fine for you.
Hello?
Put it anger down. Yes.
Whether Rufus is right or not.
Koto, I think the
I
people
don't-
are calling you to attention.
Yeah, you're
What you
saying
say?
that. My goodness, you're running a republic, so expect some extreme views going to be coming. When we come
course,
here,
I want to-
hold on. Yeah, but what we're saying when we come here is for us to kind of like have this conversation and that the audience to want to take something away. Whether they agree with us and they have the right to agree and disagree, and people will come here will say some ridiculous thing here and stuff like that.
But Gibson talk, then you gotta get one Gibson said something, then give me the chance. Let me just put my lip points through. But then now you see
yeah, but everybody talk. So why would you want to be? We can't be going. I said we are about to go home, and everybody just do their 30-second. I mean, 30
all
seconds.
right.
So let's start. Marley Jones, your 30-second, your take-home message.
Well, my take-home message here, I think I've been thinking about the president-elect first political business of order. And I think the first political business of order, if I were advising him, going to be the issue of security of the country and his own personal security. Because if Joseph Boakai is saying that he's going to embark on massive reform, he got to protect his back first. Because the systemic corrupt population we have down there is too tough. So he got to rather back his back before we even move forward.
All right.
And with the issue of that security, maybe I will
Let's leave
expect
it there. 30 seconds is over.
in the future. Thank you.
Tomorrow will come, we can carry your 30 seconds. Amos George, what's our take-home message?
I don't like to make the moral equivalent. But when Prince Johnson was in the job we account for 4 years, I did not see Kennedy coming to speak about Prince Johnson like this, the sedition. I never saw them. And Mr. Geru, you said that the wrong, we cannot continue to repeat the same thing. I do agree with you. But how many times on your platform did you ever mention that job we have made such a mistake? You never mentioned it. Now today,
Yes,
now you come now.
I did.
Hold on now.
You gotta wait.
I can send you 5 articles right now. 5.
Listen, we can't do that. You can send that, publish it, we'll read it.
You see,
Go ahead.
you're the same person that people interrupting. Now you're interrupting people.
I'm just giving you the little dose of your own medicine.
No, don't give me no dose. I'm closing. Give me my time because when I say
his argument, you want to make your own, you make your fun. What kind of high people they have, my people? My goodness.
So, Guessing talk about my 30 seconds.
No, so go ahead.
I just want to say this thing here. For me, I don't like no double standard. The same standard that I was holding Joe Wiato is the same standard I'm going to hold Joseph Boakai. But some of you are partisan. When it's in your shoe, you don't talk about it. Until the shoe on the other side, then you kind of start screaming about it. And this is what I see happening. So just what I'm seeing, and when you flip the right now question, you never saw George Weah list. You never saw it. Did you question it ever to see how that list was balanced? So you want to be very transparent at the time so you can make a comparison analysis. You didn't do it.
Okay, thank you so
and
much.
They were not there.
All right, thank you so much. Kepta, are you on the phone? Go ahead quickly before I want to close the phone.
Yeah, okay, thank you so much. Well, the only thing I would say here, for 6 years, institution was tolerant of the abuse and the propaganda and everything that show opposition and reaction and government supporters. I hope moving forward, middle party people, supporters will be tolerant. They will be able to take what is coming to them.
What is coming to them? You say we can't get
what is coming to them? They because Koto cannot even stand Jeru doing her stuff. She got to go back and forth. Mr. The first man on the show, my own family, by George. He got to react. My own brother, the boy, and I got to get his skin getting clean. This somebody keep going here, or so it's gonna be crazy. More especially the next big year is gonna be crazy because the decisions will get under your skin. If you cannot take the heat in the kitchen, it's already
Okay.
time to get out.
Thank you so much. Okay, I mean, I know that 6 year time, nobody gonna get out until after 6 years. So thank you so much. Almost like making pagana. I don't know. Oh, I don't call prayer palmer oil. Okay, guys. Fascinating conversations. I want a peaceful guy here to wrap it all here. Who wants to go? Otto, you want to
Let me
go?
do that. Let me go.
Yeah.
Let me go because I gotta go to another show very quickly.
You going another? You by Jesse?
The man
Now
is
the man new
hungry.
job he got.
The extension.
He hungry.
He got
Listen,
No,
to go and
it's no,
if somebody
it's
one
still.
of the standing in front of
Okay,
Gibson with
okay,
beef,
that's it. Go.
I'm
You
telling
wait
you.
here. I'm not sure you missed it today. That's it. Go.
All right.
Terry, let me go. Then you gonna
No,
call me.
Gibson,
No,
Gibson,
Gibson,
hold
go,
on.
go, go.
Hold on.
You must
One
see him. You
second.
must see him. Go.
So, so
Listen,
Gibson, it
let
is
me
nice.
say this, okay?
No, but
Hold
Gibson,
on.
Look, my
Sister going
brother.
where?
I
Sister
still
going,
going, but
Jesse.
that way,
Okay,
Gibson.
Sissy, go. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Sissy.
All
Go
right.
ahead, Sissy.
I knew that the plan you came with was to disrupt the whole focus of the discussion tonight, and you
Right.
succeeded. So congratulations. We all got that training. I know exactly. So your point was to Jack can throw stuff around here today. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you my remaining 20 seconds to add to your 30 seconds so you can do that math over because you gave all the 5 people from Nima County that were 3 global, 3 Geo, 1 minor. Now we get same game. So please do that recalculation for us. I give you the extra 20 seconds.
Okay, there Wulu says somebody told me that Sam Gay is from Grand Jide. The same thing I said, and the same thing he's saying. I think if you read, you can go to Rufus Kulu Jr. Say, I am told that Honorable Sam Gay is from Grand Jide County. So he's not even speaking with facts. The same way I ask people, they post say he's from Nema. If the man is from Grand Jide, I will come right back here on the show and say, well, I will draw my statement. I will be very honest to do that. Okay? I promise that. But I wanted to just say thank you guys. I really want to be here every day because I see some tough people here. And Koto, I can give people high blood pressure. So be careful. Because if you mind me, you will get high blood pressure very soon. Very soon. I'm on my way to another show. I'll be there until 11 o'clock. But I really appreciate being here. The issues are very highly debated.
Solar energy?
The man stay on CDC payroll. The man stay on CDC payroll. Got to work for the money.
I am not working for CDC. They don't even know me. They don't even know me.
Oh, your cousin has
I never
something
eat money from them before. Yeah,
Your
but thank
cousin
you
has
guys. I
something
really
too.
appreciate it.
Okay,
I
thank
really
you so
appreciate
much.
it. Thank you guys, and bye-bye.
All right, right. Sister, go ahead.
Oh no, I already gave my time to Gibson. So
Oh, you done already? Okay, Koto, go ahead. What? Koto calling
Yeah.
back.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Sword. And you know when I told you guys what Gibson did during the early time, and he denied and then later confirmed that and that's exactly what he's doing now. He's looking for a space. And you know, I like he do it better. That's all. He a journalist. Like he use his career in a better manner than acting like he politician and another time like he doing some journalist work. I mean, I just listened to a Ghanaian today that met me and said, "You guys advocating for change, but change is not just the hair. The people have to change in Africa." And I thought, I should bring this back to my own Liberia to say the same thing because we need a change. If we're changing the leader and our people are not changing, we're still going to be in the same state of mind. Gibson now is polluting the mind of the Grandians. Now, and I want to believe that, but being that I'm not quite sure of that gay name, I kept wondering, where is this gay coming from? And we, the Loma people, are not complaining. I think even the Peda people are not complaining. And a lot of tribes were not accommodated there, the better, and so far, they are not accommodated there. This is not time for just a transitional group that everybody will be accommodated. So I'm just telling our people not to listen to the man of, like Gibson, who will come there and talk about somebody being divisive that he had not dealt with. I mean, it doesn't make sense at all. The government had not even started. They have not been even inaugurated. Then we just, because he's so angry, I can see the state of mind he's in. But that's why I have to tell him, right now he's going because the anger, I think it's a good therapy for Gibson because that's the way of him getting the anger out. Let him go to different show, and that would be a good therapy for him. I think it's going to help him to take that anger off because people, get out of some situation differently. And I think by going to different show, going to help him to relieve his anger. But I think he's really angry. He's very angry, and that anger will take some time to be alleviated. So I want to tell others not to listen to Gibson, just wait around and see. Because now he looking for a space. I'm telling you, Gibson, I'm telling you what he did against Ellie, but Buckeye will not give him the chance. So it's going to be some time that he's going to fight. And I heard Keta saying that it's going to be, counter-acting. But I think he got 6 years to do that, 5 year plus, because I don't know how long he's going to be there. He must make it very hard because he got a good job to do. As now, the man is not even in office. He's starting it, so he should be prepared enough to carry on hard. But I want to say it was a good show, and I really appreciate the discussion. And I want to say good night to all of you all. It was a nice time. Good show. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night to everybody.
Terry, listen to you. Why you want to listen to Terry?
She came with force today, and she's going on.
Yeah. That's
women are naturally emotional, so obviously we expect that.
Yeah, on the other fight when you started, I won't be part of you. Like a statement there when the fighting start, I don't want to be part of you.
I didn't go there.
Well, naturally,
she telling us say she came to Mayfair and she got it and gone there. He said he want to be part of it. When he planted the crops already. Okay, Terry. I don't know why when people are talking about country, why people can be like, you're gonna have a lot of people with open, closed, diverse, whatever mind, different society, different world on their own. Why people so much kind of like little thing get under their skin?
Yeah, I think the tension from the whole entire elections and the Unity Party people got some sense of entitlement. To be honest with you, that they feel that people are supposed to bow to them. I don't support that kind of mentality. I believe that people, they must prepare themselves to receive a lot of lashes because let me tell you, CDC, they know how to do opposition work. They know how to fight. They know how to get on your skin. They will do it. They will do it. So you have to be, because CDC have a sense of entitlement that we are the most educated people. We know what is right. So the sedition don't know anything, so as a result, they're not supposed to say anything to us. That sense of entitlement mentality. So when people start to speak on something, they get agitated and they react. But I'm not that kind of person. I'm a more like, guy who know how to control my mental, my temperament. So I don't just get it. I don't allow myself.
After you finish chasing Pat George, now you're not that kind of.
No, actually, Pat George.
Man,
Pat George and I can go back and forth, but you know me, I always bow down in the end. But Mr. So, I don't want us to leave this flow without recognizing the beauty of what transpired today between Ambassador Boyka and President Weah. I think that there is a phrase that says that people remember the ending, the last thing you do, people remember it. President Weah should be more honor right now than even Ambassador Boyka, because today, that video that I saw, his smiles, his handshake, that, hey, we welcome you. You know, he opened the door. That set a stage of a high level of democracy, which is very, very good for our democracy right now. And I think he should be commended. And I think Ambassador Boyka should follow suit. I saw a light. I saw a new Liberia rising on the horizon, you know, and I think we must commend the both guys for what transpired, especially President Weah, who is the outgoing president. His posture, his position, everything was very, very splendid, and I must give him that. To Honorable Jeru, I think that he needs to graduate from that mentality of inserting tribalism in the way he brings things up. Because to me, that is complete tribalism. Why should you go and start digging behind the names of people, matching them to the tribe, investigating them, which tribe they're from, just only to come tell us that nobody came from Grand Jide? So what were the other tribes? What were the other counties that other people did not come from, that other people are not selected from? What kind of message is he trying to present to the Grand Jideans? Is he trying to bring back that old mentality that, oh yeah, the people don't like y'all? You know, that is not a good message that a professional journalist will want to present on this platform. I think you need to graduate from that mentality. But on the overall, the transitional team is in motion. Thank you very much.
Did you see the Holy Ghost?
Mr. Pato, I told you that I supported Ambassador Boyka from a divine place. And guess what? It came to pass. If you go on my Facebook page,
my man, don't force
on
me.
my Facebook page,
did you see the Holy Ghost?
This election, I spoke about it before it happened 2 years ago.
You said you lied today. I said, did you see the Holy Ghost? Yes or no?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I didn't see the Holy Spirit, but I saw a new Liberia on the horizon.
Terry, why not ask you what I hear? Oh Lord. Okay, Liberal is a good night, right?
Mr. So, I want to thank you very much for packing me in the garage for over 2 hours to be the flower pot here tonight on LPR. That's okay. I can stand that. I have no problem with it. But I just also want to announce that starting next week, I will be going solo most of the time, and I will be coming on your show to get my daily bread, daily political edification right here on your show. And my show, I will be going solo. And the reason here, I have a lot of presentation, technical presentation that I want to do. And I will be inviting many of you from time to time to join me wait.
That's not me. It's not me. It's Mali. Are you?
No.
If you get the music, so when you get the music,
you will not have the
it's time to go.
opportunity next week. They will not have the opportunity next week, so they can disturb me anytime they want.
So let me just tell you now. Since you're seeing the public, since you're going solo, I'll be going soprano. So I am an unacquired member that will be here.
I will be on your show. You can kick me out.
Okay.
And as far as seditions are concerned, they will not be able to come on my show and try to bring up ideas, subversive idea, because they will have no clue on what subject matter to even discuss, let alone anything else. No, Mr. So the reason here is this. The other software that you got for us is the software that I'm going to be using. And you know the problem of trying to invite guests on that. It's always been a problem. I will send the link out. If anybody is successful, Sister was successful the last time. If anybody is successful to join, that's fine. But most of the conversation that I'm going to be having is going to be strictly technical, not necessarily engineering and stuff like that, but they are going to be engineering related issues. Because I think, as we were talking,
what is the ultimate goal? You started this thing from
yes. I'm going to go around again. I started that same process on President Weah when I got back from Liberia 2018. I started that hoping that people were going to pick up this little stuff but they were not paying attention. And I will do the same thing here. Just earlier today, they had a meeting. I was invited into another meeting, and the conversation was about me being part of the
Which meeting?
Whatever road scheme,
Which
whatever
meeting?
you have in mind.
Which
But
meeting?
the thing is, yes, I don't mind participating, but what I would really like to do is to show how it's done, and then the young people themselves will pick it up from there, and that would be the process of this technical issue that
What
I'm
meeting? Which meeting are you referring to? What kind of meeting is that?
It's a secret meeting.
Oh, you start having your own secret meeting?
Yeah. You're announcing it and he says a secret meeting?
Go sue me.
I ain't gonna sue you.
They may find a way to make sure we don't show up on your show. You say we'll be technical. So we will have no technical stuff. We'll go down the side.
No,
man,
you're just taking one, but you ain't even listening to what I said. I'm going to be sending the link out.
I want
you know what? You know
let the man. I said, gentlemen, let the man go.
No,
Moderator.
When he's not here, so okay.
Moderator, this is a strategy. This is
Wednesday, Friday. I will be here.
This is liberal. This is liberal strategy of exclusion.
So
and that the same thing they're going to inject in the Unity Party.
So be it.
Say, well, you want to infringe on people. You want to infringe on people's civil liberties.
You know what, Samson told? The premise you lay. We got it, man. Then you try to post an icing on it.
You will be the first person.
No, you said it already.
Let me finish. You and I have been on the same thing before.
No.
Don't listen to Mr. George. You will do the same thing that you used to do to help me before.
Something to go. We agree. Go on your tweet.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. I will be on the show every time you open your show. I will be here.
Moderator, I just want to tell you that I was the first victim of Mr. the liberal utterance. I was the first victim last week when he asked me to take my exit if I wanted to. So I'm still feeling the pain, but now he expanding the net now to the rest of the panelists.
Oh, Malik, that's true.
And that's a strong one.
Malik, that's true.
And don't take it for a joke. He surely want to expel we got from that show.
But me, I can pay there. Yeah, let him, gentlemen.
There you go.
Now, he brought out thing for us to buttress the Unity Party indirect campaign. They want now. You see the kind of mentality the program run our country with? Now they want now. The strategy of exclusion is taking over now.
Okay, all right. Since let me ask this. You guys come in. I use the same platform, but you're going to, Mr. George, you're not listening. You're not. That's one thing about your naughty. That's one thing about your.
You can take decisions. You can take decisions. You can't defend.
On the show, Mr. So, the liberal is on the floor. The liberal is on the floor. Somebody just told you the liberal is on the floor. This is what I'm going to do. Next week, I will try it. I will test this. I will come on the same platform. Give me about an hour to lay out all my work. You guys come in. And
hour.
How's that?
Liberal, that thing is premeditated. We're not going to take your word for.
Don't come. You're on the side already.
I know, but
you're on the side already.
Yeah, but I have been
attempt.
I was the first casualty the last time, so I don't care.
Okay, so you're still going to be the next casualty. So,
the liberal, I will tell you, your proposal is categorically rejected. It's divisive. It's meant to silence voices. You want to be the one to just talk and nobody raise their finger.
I will do my program the way I know how. Bye. If I send a link out, anybody want to join me, you join. You don't want to join me.
Liberal, you made an announcement the wrong time.
The group here, you will not get away. Nobody will get away anything on the platform. You will
He
not
knows that.
hold you.
Okay. So I will come or I send a link. You want to come in, you come. You want to come stay.
You will send that link. You will send that link.
What?
You're not
Wait,
doing no solo yet.
my
The
joy.
day for the solo is over.
My joy.
Yeah.
Is that why you wore the tense me and brown shoes suit here this evening to come do stuff here?
Yeah.
Sherman Brown,
Sherman Brown. Then I yes or no, yeah.
Yeah, man. Please, man. That the turkey left over carrying you stay, right?
Yeah. You think that you get the party you come to bring here?
When men coming forward, they can hold your knee. That's exactly that. Why you doing that so?
Can't tell me, oh, had a meeting today. That meeting you had?
What kind of meeting? You ain't got no meeting. Who the people that know you, you not know them. Who are you having a meeting?
You know the party meeting. You know the party meeting.
You confessing now. Why you call you know the party? You confess.
No, you know the party myself. They don't even know me. They don't know me.
Okay, so who are you having a meeting?
Who told you that you might be involved?
Don't worry. No, Mr. So it's a very serious meeting that went on today.
You can't tell us good night.
No, listen now. Listen.
Bye-bye. The show finished.
Listen.
Bye-bye.
If you go there, that's fine with me. But listen.
Yeah, bye-bye.
There's an issue in the southeast.
Why holding on for the men?
And the people in the southeast that are a member, not necessarily member of the Unity Party, but that were supporting Ambassador Bakai. They are facing some serious airway of the former seditions, and we're trying to. The Liberal is trying to get involved to make sure we divert any kinds of confusion that might be popping up in these little here and there. It's a serious
to look for cases I know he can't handle.
Don't worry. That's why my job.
Labor, you need to save your skills for Liberia rule.
Look,
save your skills for Liberia rule. Forget about all those
Abdullah Duque propaganda you want to bring on the network, it's not going to work. Let me just tell you right now. It's going to die. In fact, it's already there upon arrival.
Mr. So, I will come on here and test you. You'll give me 1 hour. After that, you'll join in and we'll have the conversation.
For what? For what reason?
Okay, then I don't come here.
We are okay with it. Go along.
But I will still be coming to your show.
Go call your mess. Call for fanatic profile. So you will be doing your thing. Fanatic profile are a friend. What the other man need again? Say all the
Victor Smith.
How's Nemo?
Yeah. You got problem.
Oh, yes. Liberal. You get a very extreme, divisive ideas.
Look, these people are not liberal.
You want to be the minister of public way now before you
No way.
No, look,
okay.
These people are not liberal.
We're not missing you. Go.
At the same time, we're talking about other day. Aaron Taylor was talking about. That was Dylan.
I don't call that song. Male.
Yeah.
I don't call that song. Sea praise. Something to go.
We tire.
We tire.
I'm telling you.
You'll be amazed. You'll enjoy yourself.
Look, Mr. Slow.
You going with your pal?
To a serious.
That's my mistake, man. I will
you will leave on the highway where no policeman will be there to rescue you.
Moderator, when you play in your pocket, then I know I said no. I'm not going on our show tonight because the way I see my
I wanted to ask a question.
I can't go on our show. Let you.
I don't know why Joya is hurrying like this with a transition thing. He's hurrying like he's going somewhere.
I don't mean to interrupt.
Is he going somewhere?
Let me say this here. The pictures that we saw today, from my perspective, I thought those were very interesting. Yesterday, we saw Jefferson Kochi try to undercut President Weah. And I think President Weah, by making this thing so branded and whatever it is today, I think he's trying to answer to say, I have the last word. And I thought that was wonderful.
But to rather be friend with you, politically, I think CDC is on life support right now.
They're done.
Yeah.
No, Male. If you see one of the footage I saw when President Weah walking in, You had it, he was doing your hand like this. You can see the joy. He doesn't even want to say what the one day again.
You don't even have time for a guy
I mean, the man was
anymore.
walking. I mean, the man was walking. You could see like he was dancing. One of the photos
That's true.
To be frank with you, when you see
That's
President
very true,
he just
but-
want to wash his hand out of the thing
Quick,
quick.
get up. Yes.
He feeds
No,
more
Mr.
belief.
So, let me tell the laborer here. The men who are called laborer, these people are very extreme.
He's not a laborer. This guy
I
is.
saw the other day in the Senate, I saw Darius Dillon talking about women, pregnancy, abortion, precise. This man, Darius Dillon, was talking trash when I say trash. And I started coming to myself, I said, these people, they are not laborer. They are not laborer. These people are talking about abortion. So grown up men. What they know about woman body that they now don't make law to regulate women body. I think I posted that video in our chat room. Something told them they talk about labor, they are not laborer.
Do you see me? You see me? I try to restrict women rights.
You're
But
restricting man right. What's the difference? You're restricting our right here.
Because man, you ain't got no your right too. You got too much right. You heard what Bessie said. They only have five. Oh, that's my own party.
Labor. I think the issue you brought about Costa, you look at that Costa political life is over.
You Male, you get problem. All left that thing will let you to die. When you wrestle right there. You see you.
But Male, please, man.
You never my baby. There's serious problem.
You know what Male doing? Male is just trying to expose the liberal. You know people that you hang out with.
But it's all about just left. It might even touch it.
Bring Costa back on. He can't leave Costa like that.
To rather be friend with you, let's look at it practically. If the Pape had included Costa on our list, Costa are going to be the talking issue. Why are they putting on our list?
Wait, Male.
Yeah.
Male. Let's be real.
Yeah.
You think Jay Kabako and Mo Alina will sit down for Honorable Bwaka to put Costa on that list? What's wrong with you, Male?
Why the something man talking here? This man.
That the Pape government, if he say Costa coming, who is happy?
I beg you, man.
That's something to calling out. You are not even be paramount chief in your time. Let me tell you.
But I told you, the man can be no paramount chief total. Total, something that cannot be paramount chief. There is the
as serious as they want to believe, Georgia is now spreading the defeat accusation. Costa them going to get their share. Everybody going to get their share.
But ain't the last time he said
since the president spoke that he accepted that result and that national anthem was singing behind him. That's a serious business. Since that time up to now, I hear Costa talking again.
Costa congratulated the president.
Oh, for true?
Yeah. He wrote
radio too.
When he take flower and carry to the Pape.
Male, let me tell you, please. I don't want to hear no Costa on the show here. I don't want to get no reference that I need for now, please.
But wait a
minute. I don't want to hear no Costa business here.
Okay, then where is our political tolerance?
But that's not political tolerance. That's my way of tolerance. I don't want to discuss that man right now because then I'll be giving some relevant. No.
You got a long way because on Lpr, I will have a whole 2-hour show about Costa.
You want to have a 2-hour show? I can say that I would not
because they're causing trouble.
Are they enjoying it?
We gotta retire.
You can come now. You want Paul? I'm going to let's stay on Costa more at your business. You say Costa.
No, to be very frank, we are feeding for him right now.
There we go.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mari.
The same Mali man was saying the dead. He didn't want to
A grown-up man sits down there and cussing other people, not even discussing the subject.
You're good there. Mali is an instigator. He brought it back. Then he said, "Well, I feel sorry for the man." After finishing saying that, it's over.
I will come back on the platform Monday.
Yeah, man.
But you guys gonna give me an hour before you come in. Let me lay out the groundwork.
I will not come. Give you
I don't want you come, I will block
they
you.
will not
Hey,
come.
don't
You
come.
will be here.
Don't come.
Mr. So, when the man are just in that box, so the whole speaker go off. That's all.
Oh yeah, that inside that box. You can click on it.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not going to disappear. I will do
Yeah,
it.
it's not
I will go
disappear.
inside. Can't wait.
Good night.
Can't wait.
Okay.
Brown and go studio. They even can't over here alone will do something. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Now, what happened when you get old folks? You gotta bear it. The old people are going in their way. They are pain in the neck. So, folks, I want to thank you so much. But it is why it is. You know, we just gotta be tolerant. When people talking, there are some things we look for in what they are saying, and they can be held accountable for things to say. It's not a matter of entertaining, but in noise, in argument, in conversation, that's where you can pick up things. And I think that's the beauty of this network. We don't sanction voices. We might not agree with them, but we allow them to speak their mind. We are in a civilized society. That's what people do. Because when you shove things in people's throat, potentially the real issue that you're supposed to hear, you will not hear them. Be it Gibson, whoever that have a different view. You know, people are going through nightmares. You can't imagine they had a marble stone in their hand, and out of the sudden they refuse to maintain it, to manage it, to contain it, to take care of it, and it's sleep. So it's like people still dreaming. Is it a reality or we are in a fantasy land? That's exactly why it is. So we'll listen to these people to what they say when they come here. We'll listen to them or we give them the respect. We'll not cut them off as long as there's no insult. That's the only thing, including you, the listeners, the viewers. We'll always listen to you. We will take your opinions, your suggestions. You can agree and disagree with us, but let us be able to have modern conversations. Thereby, you can listen to me and do not just run a judgment because of my first word out or first two sentences without me concluding and you draw the conclusion. The lack of political tolerance is everywhere, the supporters, even the leader themselves. But I think the transition from all indications is moving smoothly. All the other people that are talking, and obviously you should expect that. They will say it. They are just like they're trying to get the unnecessary tantrum they are throwing out to get this thing out of their chest. They will be fine. They will be okay. They will be okay after the president is inducted. And then you start hearing appointment and they start going to these offices where you have to turn the key over. When you are in government, bear in mind, you are in transit. It's not unless you have your own private establishment. Then you are there permanently. You want to stay there for the life of the loan till you are there. But when you are called to serve, remember you are in transit. Just how you took office from other people, bear in mind, others want to take office from you. So I don't know where all this whole tension coming. The good thing was the president exercised a mature political tolerance. If there's something he never did, if there's something we never to remember under his presidency, this is the legacy that he will be recorded. Maybe Liberian will not see it, but when you get outside of Liberia, when you look at in the news space, the news cycle, his concession, and how this whole thing is being done, it's been elevated on a different level. And I wouldn't be surprised at some point in time, he will start playing the role of Jonathan Goodluck of Nigeria. Take it. It may not be now, it may not be tomorrow, but at some point in time. So what he did, he tried to erase everything else. But with this, because the international community, more or less, besides the ordinary citizen being victims, at the end of the day, it is the international community that intervened, the ECOWAS. So what he has done, and these other people, they didn't see it, they did all whining, yanning, and all of that, they will be okay. They will be okay. It's government. They serve, other people are going to come in to serve. If they wanted to do it, they would have managed it well. They would have done all they could do. They allow it, I would say, on purpose, not cognizance of the fact that they dealt with people and people voted for them for specific reasons. And apparently those reasons were ignored. Now the voters took the decisions in their hand and some people want to cry like a baby. The president considered ingracious. He knows. That's exactly what Jonathan Goodluck did. The vote didn't go 99%. He knew it wasn't going in his direction, and he called. So why are people getting mad? The fun place to sit down, man. Be your day. Have a pleasant evening. Bye bye.
Sherry, I love you. Yeah, yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. I am Afonso Zienso, and this is today's editions of Lpr-Tv Live with the panelists. The panelists are here in full to discuss, dissect, and critical issues affecting our country. Welcome to the show. I am Afonso Zienso of the Liberia Public Radio in collaboration with the panelists. They are here in full. Welcome to the show.